Okay. Am I back? Yeah, I'll let it boot up. Why does it say I'm still... Oh, I see. Can I... Hang on. Okay. What do you mean stream finish, bro? Oh, okay. I understand now. I think. Oh man, this is strange. And my internet is having a minute, bro. Hang on. Hello? Hello? Why is it saying streaming in progress? I am streaming. Why does it say loading next to the stream? What do you mean? I am streaming currently. I am so confused. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. You know what? It's whatever. I am going to grab my mouse again, and I'm quickly going to bring my streaming software up here. Why does it do that? Is it just picky? Oh, it is just picky. Okay, that's fine. You can just be picky. That's fine. That's whatever. I don't really care. What? Can I have the one that I would... Can I have the Streamlabs? Thank you. Okay. Okay, this is a... Hello, Vac. Welcome to the stream. Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm testing out streaming on both TikTok and YouTube, and I hope it works. Jeez, I really hope it works. I am quite confused about it, but that's okay. Okay, let's just get into animation. Here, give me one moment. Okay, so let's get into this animation. Error. You know what? I'm just gonna choose to say I don't see that error. If I don't see it, then it's fine. If I don't see it, no, it can't hurt me. So, let's see. I feel like... Do you want me to pop over to TikTok to see if it works? Yes, please, Vac. That would be very nice. I would like that. Yes, please. Let's see. Oh, I didn't... Oh, that's because I'm on the one that I haven't finished yet. Okay, that's acceptable. Let's see. So he's got... Yeah, I feel like that's gonna need to be like right there. BRB. Okay. See you, Vac. Thank you. Oh, shit. Hang on, I keep messing up. Oh, and I didn't draw his elbow yet either. I'm back. Nice. Thank you, Anirban. And hello, welcome back, RHL. I am just testing some things. Let's see, does that work? Well, if it's relaxing, then it should come down like this. Oh, hang on. Can I see the previous? Okay, yeah. It's come down enough. I have returned, but on TikTok now. Ooh. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for testing that back. Thank you. I just wasn't sure if it was working, and I'm happy it is now. Let's see. So, because I don't know if it was the last time I was streaming on here. Kind of crashed a bunch. So, let's see. So I need, so we have 6 out of 14. So I'm almost halfway there. With the 7th frame, I will be halfway there. For line art, that is, and then it's on to colors and then shading. But you know what? I did Satori's like animation, and that was a walk in the park comparatively. Or that was, this will be a walk up in the park comparatively. Let's see. I need to, oops. Need to do that. And just kind of that. Okay. So, yeah, okay. So what I think I need to do is it doesn't move at all, so this could stay where it is, probably. Right, it doesn't move. It doesn't move, like, much, so I could really just keep that where it is. Okay, I can barely see what I'm doing because the color of Katisha's lines is, like Katisha's roughs is a bit too dark. So I can't really see what I'm doing, but let's see. How has your day been? My day's been pretty good, Vac. Thank you for asking. I'm just, right now, I'm just, you know, kind of working on, kind of just working on animations, seeing what I can do. Like, I have a lot of projects that I've started that I need to finish, so this is just the first one of those projects. Let's see. So I'm wondering how this is going to work. Okay. So what I'm thinking is... Oh, hello! Hello, NJ! Hello! I just saw that you liked the live. Hello! They might have clicked off, but that's totally fine. Or not clicked off. I guess it would be scrolled off, right? Because it's on TikTok, right? So... I mean, I guess unless they're on computer. Did you hear about the Iron Lung movie? Supposedly there were lines out the doors of theaters. Oh my god, yeah. Dude, actually, I go to see Iron Lung, with my friends, because I'm Canadian, so, I wouldn't have gotten to see it had, I think, was it Landmark or Cineplex that picked it up? I can't remember. One of them picked it up and, like, first showtimes in Canada, and now I'm going to see it in February with my sibling, my partner, and a couple, and like one other friend of ours. I'm really excited. It's gonna be like so insane. I've never been quite a horror guy. Now I'm the only one here again. Oh, hello, RHL. Welcome back. I have, let's see. Currently, I have to... Hey, that drawing is really cool. Thank you, NJ. Thank you. I have to watch it. I have yet to watch it, but my siblings did, and they really liked it. Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, I'm not much of a horror, like, watcher. Like, I'm not much of a horror dude, but I don't know. If you're talking, like, I don't know. Something about video game-based horror is really my thing. Like, or, like, just dark fantasy horror. Like, I think a great example would be, what's a good dark fantasy horror where it kind of gets... I mean, weird enough, a good example would probably be, like, Centaur World. because it starts that show starts off really weird and like dumb, and then it gets like really serious, and it talks about like like it doesn't just talk about death, it talks about like cosmic horror, and like the greed of man, and it's like I love that type of shit. That type of shit is my favorite. Like I love stories that start off all cutesy, or like at least a little bit like normal, and then they just turn insane. I love stories like that. I also like other horror games. Like I've been into FNAF since I was like, I want to say like maybe, but it probably isn't going to be releasing in my local theater because it's a family-owned one. Oh, that's super fair. Yeah, yeah, that's the one drawback. Like I'm sure having a family-owned theater is awesome, but it also is kind of a drawback sometimes because sometimes there's movies that they can't get showings of. So, let's see. I feel like, okay, I'm going to just, yeah. What's crazy is, like, I don't know if, NJ is still in chat, but, NJ is, NJ underscore Productions is currently, what am I saying? Right. They're looking for like animators and stuff for their because they're making an animated like yeah, I am still here. Okay. Hi. Welcome. Oh, hello. Yeah, back on YouTube. I wanted to look something up and I can't mini window TikTok. Oh, that's so fair. That's so fair, Vac. But yeah, NJ Productions is currently looking for like animators and voice actors and whatnot. I think voice actors, right, NJ? Like, am I wrong to say voice actors? Or I could be, because I know in DMs, or no. Why would I think? Okay. Voice actors are not character designers. They can be both, but that's not like in the job description of being a voice actor. Let's see. I feel like let's see. Okay, I feel like yes, voice actors, animators, storyboard artists, totally. That's super fair. I should join your Discord server. I will. You sent me the link in DMs. I will join that at some point. I just haven't had the chance because today, like the last few days, have been really, really busy. Like production wise, especially considering I've got the casting call club, like auditions rolling in and whatnot. Oh my god, Iron Lung is at my local theater. Oh my god, that's awesome, Vac. That's so cool. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, me and my friends and my sibling are gonna go see it. Well, me and my friend and my partner and I are going to go see it in February. And we wouldn't have gotten to had I want to say it's Landmark, but I don't know if it is Landmark or Cineplex, but I wouldn't have gotten to unless the company that picked it up for Canadian release did. So thank God that happened. Okay, let's see. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just gonna, whoops. There we go. I feel like, okay, yeah. So what I'm doing right now is, I'm animating the banner for, I don't know if, like, I want this to be the banner for the Delights of Ronos Ask blog, but I don't know, I might cave and just make it my actual banner on my Tumblr. And maybe on my Blue Sky. I don't know if Blue Sky offers, like, animated banners. I'm done with the drawing. Ooh. Where do you want to send it? I don't think you can you send images in chat? Or... I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm very new to this. I put it on my post. Okay, I will go check that. Here, give me 1 second, folks. Let me go check that. Where is my... See, I'm just going to open up a new tab for that. And I'm sure it'll appear in my notifications, right? Yep. Nice. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. That's really good. Nice work. I love it. I love it. Here, I'm commenting on it right now. I love it. I love the sillies. I love little sillies. Okay, let's see. So, sorry, kind of all over the place right now. That is what I'm missing. I knew it. Well, I didn't know, but I know it now. Oh no. Don't, pro tip is an animator going to, it's half cat, half siren, and half oxalotl. Yeah, I noticed. I really like that. I really like that. Oh, I forgot to draw the entirety of his head and his face. Oh, goodness. That's probably not good. I probably should draw his face. That's kind of important. For some characters, their face isn't as important, but this guy, his face is pretty important, so... Okay, so one of the things that I'm trying to do with, like, I'm going to open up the, I don't know if anybody will, but, if anybody will ask questions, but I'm going to open up the floor for if anybody has any questions about the animated series I'm working on. And if you're wondering what their titles are, I can just give them to you. It's Moon of Ronos is the big main project, but the current one I'm working on is its prequel is Moon of Ronos' prequel series, Unseen, and then there is, if I'm not mistaken, okay. And then there's Kids to Lights, which is set in the same world, but like thousands of years before. So if anybody has any questions about that, 100%, ask away. I'm just trying to open up the floor. Obviously, if nobody has questions, that's totally cool. Just figured I'd open up the floor. So, okay, we've finished. No, we haven't. No, we haven't. He doesn't have his head finished. Okay, I gotta fix that, because that's an issue. Let's see. So, oh no. Okay. So, let's see. So the biggest thing about, oh, hang on. I think I realized what I'm doing wrong with one of the, that's kind of a tangent, and I'm not a big fan of that. Like, I'm not messing with that too much. So, I'm just gonna delete that, and I'm gonna try again. Okay, yeah. Good enough. Good enough. It works. How did you come up with this universe? This is so cool and unique. I am curious. Thank you for asking, Vac. So actually, the story behind the universe of both of all of these series is I actually started developing it back in March of 2019. I vividly remember when I came up with the story idea for Moon of Ronos, at least. I was sitting in my room listening to music, and I just got like this weird, like, idea. I just got this weird vision of, like, a character, and I was like, that's perfect. That's what I'm gonna do. That's my purpose. That's what I'm doing with my life, is I'm making this thing I just imagined into a story. And I've been developing the world for, let's see, so March of 2019. So it's going on 7 years now. Like, this is a pretty old world, all things considered. At least in terms of worlds that because I have been making, like, fantasy worlds since I was a very young kid. But none of them ever stuck, especially not like the world that I have now has. So, yeah. I've been developing it. It's been in steady development since March of 2019. Anyways, I'm going to go. I will talk to you later, and I commented on your comment. You're an amazing, super incredible, fantastic person, and you're doing an amazing job. Very talented person indeed. Thank you, RHL25. Thank you very much. That's very, very sweet. Okay, so what I'm trying to do right now. So, I feel like, okay, there is a tangent, and that's not always a bad thing, but I am going to currently, I'm just going to fix it, because I don't want tangents. They're not always ideal. Obviously, if you know the rules, you can break them, and I know the rules, but I'm not, I don't know. Doesn't look how I want it to. And then this one is, I forgot his like neck bandages, or like his necklace, I guess. I don't know. I think it is just bandages. So, like, it's just gauze. I don't know why he wears it on his neck. I will definitely have to develop that. You are very welcome. Thank you. Yeah. So, let's see. I feel like if So, okay, 8. We're on the 8. We're on the 8th frame, which is very nice. Let's see. I do have to post more about my, like, the animated stuff, the animated projects I'm working on, because there are a few that I am very excited to, like, talk about. I haven't found the time to, like, actually sit down and start making videos about them. But I'm going to. That's definitely something I'm going to do. Let's see. And then this one can be, I'm just gonna, spin it a little bit, because my brain only knows it from a spin. I don't know why, but I only know it from a spin, which is fine. So I'm trying to think, like, what kind of, like, thing I want going on. Okay, so, and once I get past the cleanup and into the actual, like the coloring of this animation, then it gets into the fun stuff, because I'm sorry, I do like cleanup, but it's definitely not my favorite part of the animation process. I'm just gonna get rid of that, because that was a little awkward. Oh no, and I forgot his nose W. So I'm just gonna add that in. Give me a minute. Hang on, and yeah, and then I'm gonna just add it like that. Okay, perfect. So I forgot his little nose W. How could I forget that? Let's see. Okay. And I guess there's gonna be a thickness there, so I'll try to keep up with that. Let's see. So I feel like, let's see. What am I? Give me the. Okay. No. Oh man, I love raster. I love raster layers, but oh my god, I cannot work with them for the life of me, because of stuff like that. Where I'm just like, who needs lines? I'm just gonna go wherever I want. Like, and then I have to just erase the whole thing. Oh my god, please. Thank you. There we go, that's good. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to do that, and I need to take off onion skin. Like, I need to turn off onion skin for a minute. Yeah, because he looks over at Satori and he's like, what is this kid doing? And then he laughs because Satori's a dork. And is like, oh, you have your little hands in your sleeves. I'm gonna do that too. Because they're nothing but a little Dumbo. And I love that about them. So, okay, let's see. What could I I mean, the questions, I'm still open for questions if anyone has any like inquiries. Dude swank, I love this. Thank you, Dead Mancer Walking 668. Thank you. That's very, very sweet of you. Thank you. Is swank like sweet and dank, or am I misreading that? I could be misreading that very. I could very easily be misreading that. So if we. Oh no, his hair, his head, his poor head. I just need to not do that and. Okay. He has little hair. Okay, yeah, I only missed it for the past 2 frames. No clue. Oh, fair enough. But either way, thank you. Oh, I accidentally went past one of the lines. But that's fine, because I have my eraser with me. I speak like I'm drawing traditionally. I am not, obviously. I am drawing on Clip Studio Paint. Which is, like, my favorite, like, art program I've ever used. It gives me a positive connotation, so that's why I use it. That's super fair. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see. So, I feel like, positive feeling connotation. Totally, right? Like, it's kind of got that, it's got good vibes to it, you know? I don't know how else to word it. Hang on, that dips down too fast. Oh, no, that's not what I want. That's certainly not what I want. And I definitely don't want to spit on my Wacom. Okay, so... Let's see, let's get his... Okay. So the big thing that I'm gonna, like, talk about in this stream, I think... I mean, I have been going for, like... Oh, only, like, 30 minutes, actually. Yeah, so I'm actually gonna talk about, So what I'm gonna talk about is, the plans I have for these animated series that I'm working on. Here, 1 second. Okay. So I'm just going to talk about, like, the plans I have for each animated project and what it will entail, and how far down the line I think it will be that I'll be making them. Obviously, I'm making Unseen, which is my, like, my first animated series. I'm obviously in the production of that right now, or in the process of pre-production at least. And... Let's see, I have... Yeah, I guess I could just keep it there. But, like, what am I saying? Oh, God, no, that's not what I meant to do. So, let's see, what's a good thing to bring up first? Probably I'll talk a little bit about Unseen as a series, and then I'll talk about, like, where I plan to go from there. So Unseen is going to be maximum, or at least I might eat my words on this, but it's going to be around, right now, it's planned to be about 8 episodes. Same kind of, running as, like, like an average, like your average, like, Glitch show. Like, obviously, I'm not comparing myself to Glitch. I would love to be that good at animation, but I am not there yet. Like, it's an average, like that kind of run, because it has, specifically, it's only about gonna have, like, 8 or 9 episodes, and I might eat my words on that, I might change that later, but for now, it's going to only have 8 episodes. That's how I have it planned. And then its sequel series, Moon of Ronos, is going to be a lot longer than the Unseen Unseen as a series. Or at least that's how I have it planned. Because Moon of Ronos is just a longer story, so it wouldn't make sense, in my opinion, for me to cut it down in favor of making it closer to Unseen. Specifically because Unseen's going to be only like 8 episodes maximum. And again, I don't know if that's I could totally like eat my words on this. And if I do end up making more than like 8 or 9 episodes, you all have permission to like use this clip to like clown on me or whatever, like, you know, like, because I am not, I definitely am like I'm definitely not sure about the length of it, but I will see. We will see. And then it relaxes once more. Relaxes once more. I don't know why I said that like it's like I'm a little wizard man. I'm not. I'm not a wizard. I am a... Oh, God. That does seem very ambitious if this is a solo project. Yes, it is a solo project. So that's why I'm doing Unseen. That's why I'm making Unseen first, as kind of it's kind of also a test to gauge how I work with long form animation, and kind of test out how like in what way I will be able. But I mean, you clearly have a plan. Yeah, I do. It's just and yeah. So Unseen is the first one, and it's going to also be kind of work as a test for how much I can take regarding long form animation, and how well I can do it. And if I need to, I will hire help, but for now it's just a solo project. But I have big plans. Let's see, it's rendering the playback range, but I'll see what it looks like. Yeah, okay. So that's... I removed his necklace in the, like in this updated, in the, what is it called? Cleanup. In the cleanup. I removed it in the cleanup, but that's just because I don't think it was worth keeping. It doesn't have any story relevance, so I'm just gonna cut it. And obviously that might change, but for now, there's absolutely no story relevance when it comes to that necklace. So, like, yeah, like this one that he's wearing. So it doesn't have any relevance. So I'm just gonna cut it out. Save myself some time. Let's see. Any idea how long episodes are generally planned to be? Currently, I have planned each episode to be about, especially considering the scripts of each episode, I've planned each episode of Unseen in particular to be about 20 minutes, 20, 21 minutes. Pretty, the standard for, like TV shows that you'd see on, like, both indie shows that you'd see on YouTube and, like, the typical TV show that you might see on, like, say, I don't know, like TV or whatever, like a typical length for an animated series, like single episode. As far as Moon of Ronos goes, however, I'm still planning that out. I'm thinking it'll either be like 5-minute webisodes, or webisodes, webisodes, because it's a lot more story. Or it'll be like 45-minute specials. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do it. But there's time yet for that, because that is a larger project that I am not prepared for yet. So, let's see. And as far as Kit's Delights goes, which is the third animated project I'm working on currently, I have, let's see, I think I have plans. Excuse me. I'm a little bit, my throat's a little bit sore. I have plans for Kit's Delights to, like, ideally, I think it would be an animated film. But that is obviously a lot of work. But that is just ideally. I think first I'm going to make it into a comic, though. Probably release it on Webtoon. Hey, Sal. Oh, hello. Hello, Nico. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing okay, Nico. Welcome. Yeah, welcome. That's my friend. That's my friend right there. Let's see. So, oh no, that's a big jump. That's fine. I can fix it. I think. That's okay. So, and there's like, let's see, what's a good, but like ideally, Kit's Delights would be made into a TV show, or not a TV show, a movie, because I don't think it has enough content to be made into like a longer animated series. Obviously, it could also be a mini series, but I don't know. It just gives me like movie vibes, really. Like I don't know how else to word it. It just kind of, it's more like, it's less akin to something like if I had to compare, like, obviously this is not to compare like the story or even the level of production quality, but like Kit's Delights is far more akin to something like what's a good example? Like Kung Fu Panda, where it's like, it kind of has to be a movie. It doesn't really work as a series, or at least in my opinion, it doesn't. I know they tried with the Kung Fu Panda. There was a Kung Fu Panda series, I think. Wasn't it called like Legends of Awesomeness or something? And in my opinion, that show was kind of mid. Like, obviously, no hate to people who like it, but I just think Kung Fu Panda worked better as films, and I think that Kit's Delights is in that same vein. It would work better with a definite... I mean, I fully support this project even though I don't know the plot or any of the characters, but your ambition is inspiring. Thank you, and if you guys would like, I can talk about some of the characters and the plot. So, yeah, actually, you know what? I should do that. I will talk about the... First, I'll talk about a little bit about, because I was just talking about it, I'll talk about Kit's Delights and the main characters of Kit's Delights. Oh, hello, Griffin Draws. Welcome. So I watched Legends of Awesomeness as a kid, and yeah, it wasn't that good. Yeah, like, that's the thing, is like things like Kung Fu Panda, some properties are just made to be movies. But I was a kid and hashtag not picky. Yeah, fair. Very fair. Very fair, Nico. And that's kind of the thing, is like, Moon of Vronos, I kind of need to make into a show, because otherwise it would be too long. Like, how I have it projected right now, and it probably won't even, like, and I still need to, like, cut it down more, for sake of brevity. But how I have it planned currently, it's already, like, oh god, like, 9 seasons, and that is way, way too long. I mean, it could work if it was, like, 5-minute webisodes, but I don't know if I want to, like, do that, or if I want to just make it shorter, but have all of the episodes be really long, because there's a lot to intake in Moon of Vronos, unlike something like Kit's Delights or Unseen, where it's all set in one spot, because Moon of Vronos is like, like Satori travels the world in Moon of Vronos. But yeah, I will talk a little bit about Kit's Delights and specifically the plot and characters. So right now, I'm sure you've noticed the guy that I'm animating right now. This is the main character, or this is the main character / protagonist. His name's Katish. He is he's a young kid from a place called the Thaw. And he specifically is set in an ancient version of the world of Moon of Vronos and Unseen. And basically, there's like in this place called the Thaw, in specifically the Ancient Thaw, there is this massive, like, giant, like, legendary place where people go to serve the gods called called Uwathi's Monastery. And Kit, as far as he knows, his parents. It's 7 a.m. for me right now. Oh, that's so fair, Griffin draws. Yeah. But yeah, so basically, the story of Kit's Delights is Kit is he's a young aspiring chef. His parents were both chefs, and they were very well renowned chefs in the Thaw. And I haven't put me to work for the studio once I get to uni/silly. I haven't actually shared it with you guys in the server, but I have been working on 2D animation stuff. That's awesome, Nico. That's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, so the what was I saying? Right. The story of Kit's Delights is Kit is a young child. He's about 12 in story. And he aims to be like his parents, who both have gone missing and have been missing like pretty much his whole life. So they're like presumed dead. Nobody knows where his parents went, or if they just like fucked off, or if they died. And they're presumed to be dead because they haven't, like, there's been no word from them. And there's this giant place called Uwathi's Monastery where, like, Kit believes every good chef, every, like, really insanely incredible chef, like the Gordon Ramsays of this world, the Gordon Ramsays, the Jamie Olivers, like, that's where they would be brought to serve, because they would be brought to serve a god there called Gugongji. And Kit, and the first episode would basically just, the first episode / like the start of the film, would essentially just follow Kit and his brother, Mejuk, as they finish a day in their normal life. And then at the end of the day, Kit is sitting outside watching because the Uwathi's Monastery is fucking huge. It's giant. And you can see it from like a long ways away. And he's sitting outside on like a balcony or maybe on the roof. I think it was on the roof. He's sitting on the roof watching Uwathi's Monastery, and Mejuk comes out and is like, "Hey, you shouldn't stare at it. That's bad luck." And Kit ignores him, of course. Kit ignores his brother and instead is just like, "Well, I want to serve there one day because I'm sure all the best chefs have." Because, they serve the gods there. And then, long story short, Kit gets essentially kidnapped, whisked away, spirited away by the attendant of Uwathi's Monastery, which is the parasitic entity Gugongji. And Gugongji is, he's pretty much taken over the entirety of the monastery. He doesn't really let people do, like, worship in it anymore. He just kind of has his, like, other parasitic entity friends over, and then he's like, "Okay, cook for us, or I'll, like, literally, like, I'll do, like, heinous shit to the valley below." And, yeah, so he gets whisked away to Uwathi's Monastery by Gugongji, and he learns the dark truth of what it means to serve there. And that's like the Spark Notes version. I'm trying to learn animation, but I'm too new to digital art, but I never really draw digitally, and that doesn't help. So this is very interesting. Also, this is very interesting. Thank you. Yeah. So, that's like the primary story of, that's like the start of the story of, Kit's Delights. I've debated renaming it because this story is the result of a massive rewrite. But I think I like the name Kit's Delights for it anyways, because it's still about Kit and about all the food and the delightful food he makes and how he can bring a smile to anybody's face with food, even if they're in like the worst situation possible. Let's see, what else what is a good example of, like, here, I'll show you in a second, I'll show you, Meijuk doesn't have a concrete, like, design currently. He did, so I'll show you that. Here, let me open it. I'll take a break from doing this for a moment just to show you guys the, it's under Kits, Delights, and it's way back, because it was a while ago that I drew this. Yeah, I'll just search his name, Kit. That, Kit, K8 it? No, that's not his name. Okay. I think the name still fits really well with the story. Thank you, Nico. I'm happy you think so. Yeah, so this is 3 of the main characters. Their outfits have changed, and Katish's design has changed a bunch, but, yeah, so there's Katish. There's Meijuk. Meijuk is older than Katish. It's important to keep that in mind, because Meijuk is, like a good 3 feet shorter than Katish. And then there's Abarij. Abarij is the son of another character who plays a major part in the story, whose name is Uncle Pen. And I can show Uncle Pen on stream if people would like me to, because I think that would be cool. I also... The EE looks like Sans, lol. Yeah, right? Like, it's just little babies. It's just like, oh, hang on, that's, sorry, I flipped to a completely wrong canvas. That's for Moon of Ronos. I'm talking about Kits Delights right now, which is also coincidentally what I'm animating. So the eye looks like Sans. Yeah, totally. That's kind of the vibe I was going for, where it's like a, what is the, like, how do I word that? Like a kind of inverse, like, pupil, where it's like, you know, the sclera of the eye, which would normally be white on humans, is entirely black, and then oh, that's the cat. Okay. I was like, I hear screaming. What the hell? It's a cat. She's fine. She just likes screaming at night. Yo, dude, do you have any other socials? I want to support you anywhere I can. Yes, I do have other socials. I have a TikTok. Same username on all of them. It's just @SlinkSouses. I have a TikTok. I do have an Instagram, but I haven't used it in a long time. I have a Twitch, but again, I haven't used that one in a hot minute. I have a Tumblr. And again, all of them are just @SlinkSouses. Thank you so much for supporting me. That genuinely means the world. But yeah, so essentially, like, here, I'll even show you guys, do you guys want to see Uncle Pen? Because he's Katish's uncle. He's the brother of Katish's biological father. And I can show you guys him if you guys like. I will wait for your guys' input on that, though, because if not, that is totally okay. Let's see. So, he started moving. Let's go. Okay. So, I feel like one of the things that I think is really important, like, I have been developing this specific world for Kits Delights, Moon of Ronos, and Unseen since, I want to say... Sure, okay. So here, let me open it. Oh, I think it's also under, it might be under, it's not under Grug. Oh god, why did I type that? I meant Gruff, because I know I titled it like Gruff Man or something. It's not under Grug, that was a misspell. Okay. It's definitely not under Grug. That's for sure. What do you mean? Okay, that's fine. It's on my SD card, so... That's fine. I will just bring up the screenshot that I have of him. Because I don't have the canvas on me. It's on my SSD. Because I put a lot of things onto my SSD to stop overloading my computer. You should link all of those in your YouTube description so it's easier for folks to find them. But this stuff looks so awesome. Oh my god, thank you. That literally means the world. Thank you so much. Gruff rhymes with grug. Yeah, real. Like, how am I all the way back in? Okay. Let's see where. Gruff rhymes with grug. Rhymes with grug. Oh my god, now I'm gonna be saying that. Oh no, what have you done, Nico? Okay. I'm gonna be saying that for like the next 2 days. That's great. Okay. So one of the things that I'm going to bring up is, if I can find it. Let's see. Oh, Uncle Pen. I know you're in here somewhere, you little shit. You can't escape from me, sir. He cannot escape. He cannot escape. Lamau, sorry. No worries, dude. I'm just gonna go quickly grab the picture of Uncle Pen I have. Obviously, this is from before the rewrite, but it still works. This is still what he looks like in the canon of Kits Delights. Let's see. Yeah, it's on my main blog. Let me just give me one moment while I quickly grab this. Let's see. Yeah, it's down a little bit because I've been talking about Unseen so much. Okay. So, Pen, where are you? Why do you disappear the way you do? Why does he disappear? Oh, dude. Pen, I'm gonna destroy your parents, bro. You're done. You're done, Pen. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I can't find him, but I will, and I will show him to you. I'm just like, oh goodness. Of course I can't find him right when I need it. Of course. That's a given. Do you want to send the animation you shared of Uncle Pen in the server a bit ago so you can show the stream? Oh, that's a great idea, actually, Nico. Here, let me go find that, actually. That's a good idea. Here, let me, let's see. Did I send that in Sanctuary? I don't remember. I'm just gonna look his name up. Uncle Pen. Please give me something. Okay, there. Found it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna just drop it into this, what I already have here. I'm gonna just drop it into the, I'm gonna just drop it in. Let's see, where's my, there it is. Okay, lol, yeah, sorry about that. Looking through my computer is hell right now because I am currently moving a bunch of stuff off of this computer onto my, external hard drive, just in case this computer, shits. Because I don't want this computer to shit and then I lose all my stuff. That would be, not ideal. So, this is, let's see, let's, create new from movie. Oh. I'm dumb. Hang on. I'm a dragon puppeteer, as you can see in my photo. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, I've seen dragon puppeteers on my, For You page on, TikTok and stuff before. I really like them. They're really cool. I think that, let's see. So, here, I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this animation, because otherwise it's not gonna work. So, here. This is an animation that I had sent in a Discord server I'm a part of, and this is Uncle Pen. There. Now I should be able to show him on actual stream without shit messing up. Okay. Okay, here he is. Create new from clipboard. Yeah, so this is Uncle Pen. This is obviously just a headshot. This was for an unfinished animation that was just a pencil test, if you will. And it was specifically for pencil test of Uncle Pen. I just did the voice acting for it, so it's not the best voice acting, but I will try to find the actual file and I will show you guys, maybe at a different date, but I will definitely show you guys this, because I am still very proud of the movement in it. Lol. Yeah. Yeah, so that's, Yeah, so those are some of the characters. Obviously, here I'll show you. Do you guys want to see what Gugongji looks like? Because he's like the big bad, you know, he's like the main villain. And I can show what he looks like because it's not much of a spoiler anyways. It's like revealed in like the second episode. If I can find the one he's on, it should be... Dude, I'm actually in love with your work. He looks so good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Deadmancer Walking. Thank you so much. That means the world. That literally means the world. Let's see. I'm gonna look up Kit because I know I forgot the S in Kit's Delights, so I just called it Kit Delights. Let's see. There he is. There's Gugongji. I gotta head out. I fear. Homework to do. Bye, Sal. Okay, bye, Nico. Have a good one. But yeah, here's Gugongji. This is what Gugongji looks like. He is a parasitic entity that was formed with a god. That god is the god Uati. And he's like, he is a parasitic entity. He's not a god, but he's of godlike strength. And he's made everyone believe that he is a god, essentially. He's not, but, you know. He likes the status it gives him. But there's like another drawing of him. He's just a little guy. I can do some crazy animal vocals and voice impressions. I can also fake sneeze, cough, and cry. Also, just in voices in general, I could be a voice actor, lol. That's super fair. Honestly, like, I am always looking for voice actors for more projects. Like, I know, let's see, it's 12:32 a.m. actually, so the casting call for my first animated project, Unseen, has just closed. If I set it up correctly. I don't know if I have. But definitely keep an eye out for my other projects and honestly even for more of Unseen, because I only have 8 of the characters cast now. Actually, technically 9, because one of which I did not put up on the casting call listing because he was cast. The actor was cast before I made that casting call listing. So, yeah. Let's see. So, I'm just gonna, like, do, like, you know, it's suspension of disbelief. You can't see his arm, or you can't see his hand, because maybe he doesn't have one. I don't know. You know, he's like, this is like the ascended Katish, so he doesn't have a hand, let's just say. He doesn't have hands. He has, like, things that he has, like, little nubs. Not that being a god or being godly, like, would take away your hands, but, I like to think in Katish's case it would. And there's a lot of, like, really interesting things that I'm planning on doing. I mean, I say they're interesting. I hope they're interesting. But there's a lot of things I'm planning on doing for, specifically... Unseen. Like, here, I can show you guys, if you guys would like, I can show you guys I can growl. Griffin Draws says, I can growl, roar, and some crazy basilisk vibe for dragons and stuff. I don't know. I love that. Like, basilisks are like, okay, unironically, basilisks are like one of my favorite type of monsters. Like, I love basilisks. I love eels and, like, serpents and shit. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Right, I was gonna say that I can show you guys the poster for Unseen, because I actually just finished it today. So if you guys would like to see that, please let me know. Obviously, if not, that is totally okay. But I am very proud of it. I just finished it today. Same. Oh, that's so fair. That is so fair, Griffin Draws. That is super fair. But yeah, essentially what, you know, like, the vibe for, like, I could show you guys the poster, and, I can tell you guys a bit more about Unseen in particular, because Unseen is the first series I'm going to actually be producing. So I can tell you a bit more about it, if you would all like. I will say it is a fantasy horror show. I don't know how well I'm going to execute the horror part of it, but it's more horror in theme than it is in execution, if that makes sense. Like it's less like, oh, meant to be like super in your face scary. It's meant to be like tonally horrifying. Like, you know, it's meant to be like there's things going on that are like not, it's not a good thing that's going on, and you can kind of tell, if that makes sense. Like it's not meant to be like in your face horror. It's just meant to like be unsettling and ominous. But yeah, I can talk about more about Unseen if you guys would like, and I could show you guys the poster. Because that is like I'm honestly really proud of the poster. Like okay, I'm gonna tell you guys a little story. I used to like okay, I still love rendering. I like, you know, like rendering and painting, for example, like, you know, like rendering skin, rendering like hair. I still love doing that, but I don't know, animation has given me a new appreciation for like flat colors that are just shaded really well. And I like to think I did that in the poster. When you started animation, what test animations helped the most to get used to animating? Oh, 100%. I personally think that this is gonna sound a little weird, but I really enjoyed doing bouncing, like the bouncing ball, the like the mouse climbing onto a box. Like I can actually I'll make a video on maybe my YouTube and my TikTok talking about like all the animations, like exercises that helped me get to where I am. Another thing is I also I do warm up animations. Like I definitely, like one of the things I do is I do like 30-minute warm ups, and however it looks, regardless of whether or not I like it, however it looks by the end of those 30 minutes, it's whatever. I just have to share it. Like I've done that in a Discord server I'm in. I've shared quite a few of these 30-minute warm-up animations, one of which was of someone throwing something, and I tried to do perspective on that one, and I think it turned out pretty good. I will post that in like a community post on my YouTube, and maybe I'll post it on my TikTok too. But I am going to say that one of the things that is interesting to me is wait, what was I going to say? Right. Okay, sorry. Lost my train of thought for a second there. I have been, actually, I don't know. Can I say this? Yeah, I think I can. I won an animation contest. I live in, I'm not going to say specifics because I don't want to give out my dead name, and this was under my dead name. This was under my birth name. I'm hesitant to call it a dead name, but it kind of is. It functions similar. It's functionally similar to a dead name. But hello, cat. Basically, what I was going to say is I won an animation competition in 2021. Specifically, I won the regional championship. It was for Skills Canada. I'm not going to say any more specifics, but I won it while I was in my last year of high school. And I didn't actually go on to the, I think I won third place. And I don't think I actually went on to, I did not go on to the national competition, but I would have liked to. But with all of the skills I have accrued since, I definitely would be more prepared for it now. So, let's see. Okay, so what I was going to say about Unseen, I can do way too many bird calls. My fave I've done is the bald eagle and cassowary. That's super fair. Like, I love birds. That's another thing that I hope to do justice in my animations, is I have a lot of, fake, I because my stories are all set entirely within fantasy worlds, I have taken the time to dev each individual creature, and I don't really give them fantasy jargon names. I just kind of give them for example, if they're they're here's an example of one of the names. It's like a big frog that burns people in its mouth, and it's like a fire creature, and it's called a Skalderdrum, and that's basically what I call it. That's the basis of how I use my animal names when I'm naming fake animals. I try to not go for like something crazy, you know? But I respect people who can go for something crazy, but I just personally can't. But one of the things I'm going to say is I think that one of the things I was going to say about Unseen is I currently have, you cannot, sorry, my cat is trying to get into the dog treats. You cannot have those. That is not for you, okay? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Edith. Hi. Yeah, hello. Anyways, so what I was going to say is in Unseen, if you guys want, I can give the, what is it called? Synopsis. I can give, like, the plot synopsis for Unseen. Because that is important, and I think since it's the first one I made, I should probably give that out even before I give out much information about Kits Delights. As much as I love Kits Delights, I'm definitely going to be giving out more information regarding Unseen, given that is the first project I am going forward with. So, yeah. And what I currently have is, how do I word this? Like I've been, also, if anybody, like, I don't know if, you know, this matters to anybody, but I have been animating since 2017. I started with Flip-A-Clip sliding frames of my OCs for, like, the animes I was into at the time. That's when I started animating, and now I'm animating, hopefully professionally. So, yeah, it's nice. It's kind of cool to know that has kind of turned, it kind of was just a fun thing to do in middle school, and now it's turned into, like, my whole career. Or at least I really would like it to be my whole career. And I currently also have a, I currently am, I definitely do need practice as far as endurance goes on animation, because I sometimes, and this is partially because I have ADHD, but sometimes I would just rather do anything else but animate. Like, a good chunk of the time I'll just be like, I'm just going to get up and pace for hours on end, and then nothing gets done, which is not a good thing. It's just, you know, it's just brain stupid sometimes. But that's okay. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about regarding Unseen is Unseen is actually, it's so I already said it's a, you know, it's an animated fantasy horror show going to be released on YouTube. I'm working on the pilot script. I'm finalizing the pilot script right now. Currently I am finalizing the pilot script. It's gone through like 15 drafts of the pilot script alone. So I really hope everybody enjoys it, everybody who checks it out. I really hope they enjoy it, and I really hope that I can actually do what I've been wanting to do for a long time. The main character of Unseen is actually my partner's character. He's a kid named Rulin. He is a human? ? I love joining live soon. I can do on my own. I'm on 29 subs, but I am a new creator. That's super fair, Griffin Draws. And do your thing, you know, like, it's gonna be awesome when you can do lives. I will definitely try to tune in for one of those. But, like, let's see. So, what was I saying? Right. So, Unseen is a story following Rulin, who is, I can actually show you guys him on stream right now. Here, let's see. I'll show you guys him on the cover. Here, so this is Rulin. This is Rulin. Rulin is at the time of Unseen, he is a 13-year-old boy. Technically, their pronouns are they, he. But in the script, I just kind of defaulted to he, because he doesn't have a preference. So, as far as I know, I will have to consult my partner about that, of course. But this is what he looks like. And he is a human, ? I'm not going to elaborate too much on that, but he is very, there's a storyline specifically with him being human or unhuman or like inhuman, and that is a very specific storyline to him. And the main character of Kit's Delights is obviously Katish, and the main character of Moon of Ronos is actually this character right here. Their name is Satori. They are 10 years old. They're 10 years old. They're a human who has like literally nothing. Like they don't have a voice. They're like, they were born at age 10, so to speak. And I won't elaborate any further on that just for sake of like keeping things under wraps, but they were born at age 10, especially, essentially. So, yeah. So that is, this is looking so cool. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, so, but yeah, the main characters of each of these animated series, they're technically all intertwined, and all of the main characters technically appear in Moon of Ronos. Of course, Katish is like long dead by Moon of Ronos because he existed in the Ancient Thaw, and it takes place, and Moon of Ronos takes place like literally thousands of years after the events of Kit's Delights. But there is a way I do incorporate him still, because he's important, and I want to incorporate him because I love him. One of the things that I have been developing for these, like, I've been developing, I don't, obviously, nobody asked, but I would really like to talk about it, so I'm going to. I have been developing languages. I've been developing this world since 2019. I have developed around 15 languages for this world, and a good chunk of them are actually like, full languages. They have like actual like glyphs and things, but another like smaller chunk of them is just like a loose concept of a language. I still have yet to do dev on it, but I have like the language that Katish speaks is something called Ornozoic, which is not a language I made. It's essentially, it's just a name I made up for the in-world version of what is essentially whatever the reader's language is, because I would love to like dub my works into other languages so other people can experience it outside of like the US and Canada and other English speaking places. I would really like to do that. But until then, I have so Ornozoic is essentially just the word for whatever the reader's language is Ornozoic. Like, for example, if say my stuff were to get dubbed, or if I were to dub stuff into, say, Chinese, which I was learning for a short period of time. I had to stop learning it for a little bit, but that's just because I'm dumb. But I was learning Chinese for a little bit, and let's say I translated the entirety of the stories into Chinese. Then Ornozoic would just be Chinese in the Chinese version of Moon of Ronos, because I think that's important. I think it's important to have accessibility, and I really like developing like little in-world quirks. Like some of the characters in my world also have in-world like conditions, because I have a genetic condition, and I really like to see that in characters. Obviously I won't go into it, but I just like seeing it. And I have I have a language called Narple. I like that a lot. Griffin Draws. I like that. And like, I don't know, I think okay, this is an opinion that I understand why people have, but at the same time I don't really like align with it. And obviously I can understand someone's opinion and also not respect it. Or not respect it, but like not agree with it. I'll be back on to live BRB. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, so here, 1 second. So like, I've been developing one of the languages I have been developing for this world. I'm actually just gonna world dump, like dump a little bit of world lore here for the world of my animated projects, because I think that's fun. Let's see. I'm gonna dump about languages first, and that's probably all I'll dump on this stream is like little language tidbits and maybe some story stuff. So the world is called Ornmos. Ornmos, and it's like a world that I have entirely constructed from nothing, and I'm pretty proud of it. And I am looking forward to making it into like media. And I have a couple stories that I haven't talked about that are currently not animated projects, but they're still set in the world of Ornmos. Like, for example, there's Ita and the Awakening. That is one story that I still don't know if I'm going to make it into an animated project, especially considering it is technically in like an alternate universe of one of the main stories. But I might. So I might eat my words. One of the things I'm gonna say is I really, really enjoy like one of the languages. I really enjoy making fake languages, and one of the languages I've made for Ornmos is called. Let me double check. Right, it's called Wild's Murmur. It's basically the language of this like massive place. It's known as the Wilds. It's like super like it's like a swamp, and then it turns into like a jungle. It kind of has like some biodiversity. It has a lot of biodiversity. It's really waterlogged. Like it's got a lot of like it's all just trees in water. And I think that's cool. Like I'll definitely post a video about it, but yeah. So it is. So Wild's Murmur is the language that is mainly spoken in that place. It's like the what is it called? I think it's the dominant language. I can't remember. The first language of that area. But this language is essentially like I've been developing it since not since 2019, unlike the rest of the world. I've been developing Wild's Murmur in particular since 2022. Also, hello, Griffin Draws. Welcome back. I've been developing Wild's Murmur since 2022, and I've actually been studying like I hesitate to say studying because it's been very like casual. Like I haven't taken any classes on it, but I have been like looking into what like constitutes language and what sort of like things are important to language. And Wild's Murmur is like basically where I've just dumped all that knowledge. And I really hope to have I really hope to open up a like when I have my animated projects, probably Unseen's going to be the first. So when I have Unseen out there, I would really like if I could like maybe and of course this will depend on how the project like the outcome of the project, audience wise, like how many people will watch it, how many people will like it, how many people will be asking about it, because I would really like to do a Q&A about this world, and I'd really like to do but I obviously am going to wait until I have more reason to. Let's see, let's see. Okay, one of the main things that I'm going to talk about is RAR. Yes, RAR, Griffin Draws. So one of the main things that I'm going to say is, so Moon of Ronos is actually the first story that I developed to be in this world. It was the story that gave me the whole idea for the world back in 2019. It's just been a passion project since then. For 7 years, going on 7 years now, it has just been a passion project. I haven't stopped. I live at home with my family, and because it's currently impossible to move out right now. And my family will tell you firsthand if they were on any social media. They'd be like, well, I work on this all the time. It's basically all I do. This is my passion. This is what I feel like I want to do this, and I'm going to make it happen. And I don't really care what I have to do to get there. I'm going to make it happen. And I think something that I should say is I don't really obviously You know, it would be nice if the projects got like a good reception. But I don't really care about the reception. I just want them to be out there. I want to put my stuff out there and, you know, say that I made a story. Say that I made an animated project and be able to say that I did it. And, you know, that's all I want. And that's something that I think, like, I don't know, I think it's something that is very important to me. It's very important to my sibling, who also has a story. If you're interested in reading my sibling's story, they go by Osbird. That their handle is Osbird on Tumblr, and they have a specifically a story, an original story called Of a Feather, and I think you guys could check that out, and that would be cool. It's a book on Tapas right now, so I'm writing a story. Oh, cool, Griffin Draws. That's awesome. I think everyone has a story inside them. Like, even if you're not one to, like, make OCs or, like, make, like, characters, I do think everyone has a story inside them. And I don't, you know, that can look like anything. Like, that can even look like you're telling a funny story about, like, something that happened to you at the grocery store. Everybody has a story to tell. And I think that that's really beautiful. And I've been, like, working on these particular stories since 2019, like I said. And, you know, I'm going to be honest, I have felt, like, so relieved working on these stories, because it has been, like, I don't know, I have been developing these stories, and I've actually been happy with where the development has been going, unlike I was for, like, my previous, like, stories and worlds. But, like, you know, it's story writing has always been very important to me. I grew up on, like, things like Legend of Zelda and Lord of the Rings, and, you know, like, I grew up on things like, Legend of Zelda, Lord of the Rings, you know, like, The Hobbit, like, Narnia. Like, I grew up on high fantasy, and I love that stuff, and I've always wanted to tell my own version of it, and, you know, there's something so wonderful about being able to, and honestly, I encourage, like, anybody who is listening in to, like, go and, like, you know, like, if you think you have a story to tell it. Like, yeah, you know, like, there are gonna be haters on the internet. That's pretty, like, and obviously, criticism and hate are two different things. There's a difference between hate and genuine criticism. Like, if you're getting genuine criticism, it's not that big of a deal. But if you're getting hate, then it's like, you know, just rest easy knowing that those people will always exist, unfortunately. Like, those haters will always exist, but you are doing something inherently more productive because you are actually making something that you want to show the world. Unlike this hater who is just going around talking about how people are just, you know, your story's so stupid, or it's so dumb, or it's so weird. You know, like, I am a firm believer that if you're making a story, regardless of what the story is about, or how you handle subject matter, or whatever in the story, congratulations, you're telling a story, and that is something to be proud of. Deadmancer said, I mean, me personally, I'm currently making a story about 3 private military contractors getting isekai'd to fight in a war game for the gods. That's awesome. That's, like, legit the sickest shit I've ever heard. Me personally, I also believe that if you have a story that you feel needs to be told, tell it. I agree. One of the things that I really enjoy about storytelling is I get to share bits of myself through my stories. And one thing I've struggled with a lot is grief. I'm not going to go into the details, you know. That kind of seems a bit too off the cuff for me to go, like, super in on the details. But I do struggle a lot with grief and other negative emotions, and I just want to, like, tell stories that talk about struggling with grief and talk about, like, why, you know, grief is okay, and, you know, you don't get over grief. Like, grief is not something you ever get over. It's something you make room for and that you learn to live with. And that is that's kind of a shitty way, like, that's kind of a shitty reality, but it's also comforting. And I think that's sweet. And I think stories should always have some kind of, like, underlying message, even if, like, and sometimes stories don't need an underlying message. But I just really like stories that do have that underlying message, especially when it's a really sweet message. I don't know. I grew up on, like, on like really sweet, like heart, like, you know, like really like from the heart stories that, you know, people were telling about their lives and their friends and their family. And my characters all have traumas. Almost killed in an orphanage. Mother died at a war. Was sacrificed to wolves. Has uncontrollable hypnotic ability. And yeah, that's fair, Griffin draws. Like, you know, like your characters can also have like trauma, and that, and you know, in my opinion, having like characters that are traumatized can be a good way to tell a story about overcoming trauma and overcoming the things that are holding you back. And, you know, trauma isn't necessarily holding you back, but it is definitely something that should be addressed. Like nobody should live in a state of fear. Nobody should live in a state of sadness. Nobody should live in a state of anger. These are all negative emotions, and I don't know. I think it's important to tell stories where people who have even people who have been traumatized are making their way in the world, you know? Like, it's important. Like, it's honestly one of my favorite types. Most of them have PTSD. That's very fair. Like totally, right? And, you know, I don't know. I think that with writing characters in particular, I'm so passionate about. I have been, like, I'm gonna make a video on my YouTube about this. And I have been writing stories and like making characters since I was around 6 years old. Again, because I was raised on things like Zelda and Lord of the Rings and Narnia. And like, you know, I love stories, and I just think that I just think that like everyone has one to tell, and because of that, I've made so many characters that are like, you know, like I started making characters very young. You know, like as I said, 6 was when I had the first character that I could actually like pinpoint. Like, I don't know if I had characters before then. This is the first OC that I could remember. And her name was Sabrina. I do remember that. Her name was Sabrina, and her purpose was to die and motivate my friends, better and cooler OC, to become a lot stronger. But, you know, it's like, you know, it's a little bit of competitive angst sometimes. You know, sometimes it's cathartic. I don't know what I had to be so upset about it, like 6 years old, but, you know, it's fine. But like, you know, it can be cathartic, and I don't know, I just, I've been making characters for a long time, and, where was I going with this? Right, I was going to say, I have been making characters for a long, long time, and in that time, I've just kind of realized that, like, it doesn't really matter what your character is meant to be, what it's meant to represent. It can be anything, and like, I don't know, you know, it's just important to me that people express themselves with characters and with stories. Hell, they don't even need to express themselves with characters, but with stories, you know, like it's important. Stories have always been like the most human way to connect. Like, you know, like you see like, you know, like cave paintings from like literal like prehistoric times that have like, you know, that have like stories being told in them. Like that's gorgeous to me. The human mind is always wanting to tell a story. It's always wanting to create. It's always, you know, I really do love those soft, emotion-driven stories, but honestly, my goal in the indie field is to make something that is very action-focused, but also showcases that anybody can be a badass. I agree with that. That's a great idea. Yeah, I love that. And, like, one of the things that I don't know, I feel like it's, you know, I don't know. I feel like everybody has a story to tell. And I feel like if you feel like you don't, then maybe look inside yourself, because maybe there is a story to tell, and you know, you'd probably, and like, I mean this in like the nicest and like sweetest way I can, you would probably be happier if you started making the things that you want to make. It doesn't even have to be like a story about your characters, or, you know, it doesn't have to be anything, but if you just start making what you love and like expressing yourself, your life gets a lot better. It gets a lot easier. It gets, you know, there's something to take that edge off, because you know, you have something to express yourself with, and whether that be through exclusively vent art, or, you know, like, or something like, you know, it, or like gaming or whatever. As long as you have something, in my opinion, because every human needs enrichment. We are still animals at the end of the day, and animals need enrichment. And, you know, and in my opinion, one of the best types of enrichment is telling stories. Telling stories being my OC, my new OC is my new fave. I'm random. No, that's super fair. I totally feel that. Like, sometimes I hyperfixate. Like, I'm autistic, so sometimes I hyperfixate on, like, my OCs and on, like, certain OCs and like specific, they're like specific traits and whatnot. And one of the things that I here, give me a minute. Okay. One of the things that I like focus on is here, give me one sec. Okay. So one of the things I like to focus on when I'm making characters, like, I've taken glances at them after saying animal. And, like, that's, like, the thing, right, is, like, you know, I also want to talk a little bit about how I have been to post-secondary for character design, animation, and like, storyboarding. Obviously, these were just, like, short diploma programs, but I still think they were really cool. I think these were amazing programs to be a part of, and I'm really happy I got to be a part of them. Like, I created one of the characters, like, I was in a character design class, and I was in an animation course, and a storyboarding course. And in, hopefully, if all turns out correct, if all turns out okay, I will be going to a very prestigious animation school, or at least prestigious in my mind, a very prestigious animation school in my country, which is Canada. So I'm pretty excited. You know, like, one of the things that I really like is, like, here, you know what I'll do? I will, right now, I'm going to share some info on Unseen, like, because I just finished, thank God, I just finished the line, like, the cleanup for Katish, and let's get a look at it. Let's get a look at it. Can I get a look at it? Let me get a look at that. Hang on. Get out of here. Oh wait, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I missed part of him. Hang on. I celebrated too soon. Oh no, that's okay. This will take like 5 seconds. But yeah. So and I also want to ask, like, I want to pivot, like, the topic a little bit to anybody else anybody who's in the chat, like anybody who's in the chat or is watching right now, like, you know, I always think that, like, you know, use this as an opportunity to think about stuff that you want to do with your life, because like stuff that you want to do in your life and stuff that you really want to make, and, you know, it's all important. It's all like no matter what you want to make, it's important because you're a human, and that is important. It is important to express yourself. It is extremely, like, you know, it is extremely important to express yourself. Otherwise, your mind isn't getting enriched, and that is, like, a recipe for disaster in humans. And, like, you know, that, I don't know. I just, there's some things that I have, you know, I could talk for hours about how people need to, like, express themselves more and talk about what's going on, and, you know, just kind of really show how I want to be animating. Griffin Draws says, oh yeah, that's super fair. I think you could. And I think, okay, this is like, some people think that this is like a controversial opinion I have, and I don't agree. But some people think that this is like a super controversial opinion because some people are, like, just mean. But I think anyone can animate. Anyone can draw. Anyone can animate. If you want to start, start. Who knows? You might be the next James fucking Baxter, bro. Like, you know, like, you might be the next, like, big thing. And obviously that shouldn't be the goal, in my opinion. But it is a good motivator, because, you know, and you're gonna be at a part of, like, your skills where you really want to quit. I was there with animation. Representation without it being a big deal. I agree. Like like one of the things and like speaking of representation without it being a big deal is actually like one of the things that I really enjoy in media is I was actually talking about this on my previous stream. I had to take it down because of some issues with my microphone because I was using my headphone mic and not my external one, which I'm using my external one currently. But I have essentially on my previous live stream, I was animating and I was talking about how forced diversity, in my opinion, like quote unquote forced diversity, doesn't really exist. It doesn't really exist. There's, people just exist. There's going to be all types of people throughout the world, and you might as well like acquaint yourself with every type that might be out there. Like, you're never going to go to like the supermarket and like meet like and like not meet other types of people who aren't you. Like I think that's a big reason why like I think sanitization of like or lack of representation in stories is part of the reason why a lot of people don't really like talking about like a lot of people don't really like bringing up like I don't know how to word it, but I just think representation is so important, and not paper thin representation. I'm talking about actual representation where it's like like if you want to represent like say like a disabled person, you should be representing a disabled person. You shouldn't just go half-assed with it, like, and obviously things can, there can be situations, where you kind of have to, like, if you don't have any, like, like money to pay someone and you're just like, I'll just do the voice for them myself. That's one thing. But if you're going out of your way to like to fit, like not hire like disabled voice actors, so let's say like you have a character with like an intellectual disability and you want to represent that properly and actually have a person who is intellectually disabled play them. That is a great idea. Like that makes the most sense to me. And one of the things that like I have Kit is actually intellectually disabled, and I am like so far it has been my intellectually disabled friend who has been playing him in most of my posts. So like I don't want to have that paper thin representation that like I want it to not be a big deal. I want it to not like, but I also want it to matter. I want it to like, okay, yeah, this person, like, they can exist, and it's not a big deal, but I'm also representing them correctly. Like I just think it's important. I think it's really important. But yeah, what I was gonna say about Unseen is here. Let me make my timeline smaller so I can actually see all my frames. One of the things I was gonna say about Unseen is like all of the characters in Unseen are diverse in some aspect, whether that be like skin tone or like ethnicity or like they're disabled, or they're like for example Mork, the main character's father, is a bit hard of hearing. He went deaf later in life, and so he can still like I don't know how to word this, but he can still like he can talk. He can talk as though, like he can talk as though he can hear himself. He can talk like, like he can talk like someone who went deaf later in life. He can talk with more specific cadence, I don't know how to word it, but he can talk like a hearing person, but he is not a hearing person anymore. And that's not such a big deal. He just wears a hearing aid and he has a cochlear implant. Well, the in-world equivalent of a cochlear implant, I suppose. And, I just think that representation is really important. Like and I think that like folks who don't really want to have representation in their stories, I'm going to be honest, like folks who don't want representation in their stories, it's like, okay, I understand not wanting to fuck up representation, but honestly, like, give people a crumb of representation. The movement in the hair and stuff looks so good. Thank you so much. a big for me is a big one for me as a black dude is when black characters don't speak like a black person, black slang or whatever, slang accent or whatever. I know some folks don't do slang and everything, but there's always something there. That's super fair. That's very fair. Honestly, yeah. And I'm gonna say, like, you know, like, that is an important, like, opinion that I think is, like, a lot of people don't fully, like a lot of people don't, like, I don't know. There's some people, you know, like, you'll hear, like, I'm obviously not one to talk about this. I am a white person, but I am going to just say I have had people be like, well, I have black characters, or like, you know, I have black characters, and I have a black friend who says they're represented perfectly, and, like, you know, and then the black character in question will just be like an offensive stereotype or something, and it's like, okay, but the thing about people, not even like just like any type of people, any race, any gender, any, like, you know, like any fucking, like, disability, or if they're able-bodied, or if they're, like, you know, if they're hard of hearing, if they're like legally blind, no matter how many types of people you have types of people who you need to represent. And, you know, like, and because of that, and also, like, let's stop, like, okay, I'm gonna say this because I get so annoyed when people do it. Let's stop treating certain groups of people like they're hive minds. Like, oh yeah, well, I have like a disabled friend who says this joke was funny. It's like, no, that doesn't mean that it's gonna be funny to your other disabled friend. That doesn't mean squat diddly, bro. Like, if you think a joke about disabled people is funny, fine. And if your one disabled friend thinks it's funny, fine. That's fine. But that doesn't mean everyone else is going to feel that way. That's the thing about humans, is we're complex, we're multifaceted, we have different ways of thinking, and that should be celebrated. That is a beautiful thing, in my opinion. Like, I don't know, it's just, I don't know, man. I just have so much that, like, I don't fully understand why people do. And, like, I see, like, you know, I think representation is one of the best ways to, like a representation in shows is one of the best ways, in my opinion, to, like, show especially young kids, that they are seen. That they're seen and they're heard, and, you know, like, there are people like them out there. Like, it, like, you know, like, I remember I had a classmate when I was in preschool, kindergarten, and grade 1 with, she had a wine stain on her face. And if you don't know what a wine stain is, it's a type of, like, skin condition. It's not a skin, well, it is a skin condition, but it's basically, like, it has, like, I don't know how to describe wine stains, but look them up. They usually happen on, like, the face, or at least this girl had one on her face, and she didn't get much representation as a kid. And I remember very vividly, she talked to the teacher, like our grade 1 teacher one time, and she was talking about how, like, I feel like nobody ever looks like me. Like, none of my favorite characters, like, I have to, you know, like, none of my favorite characters look like me. Like, all the Disney princesses, they don't look like me. And, like, I don't, like, and that's the thing, is, like, kids, even if they're not one to vocalize it, which I'm really proud that she was, but, like, even if they're not one to vocalize it, kids notice that stuff. Kids notice if there's, like, no, like say if a black kid is like a little black girl is watching, like, a TV show, and there's no black people in it, and there's, like, no, like, you know, there's no black men, there's no black women, there's no black girls, or black boys, or anybody who's black, and, you know, the kid is gonna notice that, because kids are not stupid. Kids are gonna notice, oh, weird, I'm not being, like my how I look is not being represented. I guess I look weird or whatever. You know, like, I guess I'm not normal. Like, and that's a thing, is it's consistently upheld by people who say, like, oh, well, representation is not such a big fucking, like representation shouldn't matter. And it's like, yes, it should. Because kids, especially, are going to notice if you don't include people like them. And if you don't include them, that makes them excluded inherently. And I don't know. I think that it's really important for people to, you know, just be decent. And, like, it's not hard to, like, look at a character and, like, I don't know. I don't know, I'm rambling, but I don't know. I'm really passionate about diversity, like, in character design and worlds, and I don't know. I'm very passionate about it because it's a very important thing for kids to see, and it's a very important thing for adults to see. You know, like, but like, I don't know. It's important. It's important that you represent all types because it takes all types to make the world go round. And if you're not representing all of those unique types, I get you. Yeah, exactly. And that's, it's just like, I don't know. Like, I have a genetic condition. I obviously won't go into it. But I have a genetic condition, and and it's not a genetic condition you can see on the outside, typically. But I always was a little weirded out that, like, I did kind of feel othered. Obviously, I didn't feel as othered as I could have, but I definitely did feel othered because kids would treat me different. They would be like, oh yeah, you're weird, you're the fucking whatever the hell, because kids are rude, annoying little bastards. I'm just kidding. Not all kids. Not all kids are rude, annoying little bastards. I'm talking, like, young, like, when you're a kid and there are other kids around you, it's like literally, like, it's like a coliseum. It's like, all bets are off. You're done. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Also, hi, Tamia Voorhees. Welcome to the stream. Oh, wait. Hang on. Oh, no. Yep. That's, I was like, that should be not there at all, but it should be. It is part of his cheek. Let's see. So, like, one of the things that, I'm going to talk a bit more about Unseen, because I think that's a topic I want to talk about. So in Unseen, I don't think I've told you guys, I don't think I've told anybody the plot on this stream. Have I? I don't think I have, but I have a terrible memory, so I could be remembering wrong. So please let me know if I have. But, yeah, like, I don't know, there's, I really would like to talk about it, if that's all right with everybody. I have a good amount of, like, I've done, and I should say, Unseen has really only been, like, obviously the world has been in development since 2019, but Unseen as a story itself has really only been in development for, I want to say, a year now. It started as a short film concept that was going to be called Behold False Idols. And it was actually going to follow a different person than Rulin. It was going to follow the other titular character in the story, Halom. He isn't named Halom at the beginning, but that's the name he is given by the main character, Rulin. And it is, like, he's given a name. He's given the name Halom by his friend Rulin. And, but for a good chunk of the story, he is just simply known as the Blight. And he is, like, a feared, like, person, a feared, like, demon in the main town that Unseen takes place in. One of the things that I think is really important, that I should say about Unseen is it's a fairly new story in terms of how like when I started developing it. I've only been developing it for a little over a year now, but I have put a lot of work into it, and I'm very excited for people to see it. I hope that everybody enjoys it, and I hope that it's fun. But yeah, it's a so the plot here, I'll get the synopsis up in a minute if you guys would like. Let me just quickly finish with this coloring. This Katish's what's it called? Like fluff. But yeah, okay. It's like, okay, there's okay. What am I saying? Right. Okay. So, with Unseen, Unseen is like, so Unseen follows the main character Rulin, and it follows him having a, like, as it starts with him, it starts with Rulin confiding in his friend Cass, in his childhood friend Cass, about an encounter he had with the dreaded Blight, and basically the Blight in this city, he's a servant of he's like a servant slash like not second in command. That would imply he has any sort of like say over what happens. He's just kind of like he's a subordinate to the main one in show, the Seer. And the Seer is not mincing words, she's a bitch. And she is basically what the Blight is. He's a reanimated human, which is essentially a human that is, obviously, as the name implies, reanimated from death. And let's see, what else can I say? Let's see. So, what's important to note about this story is, everybody in the story, pretty much everyone fears the Blight or thinks lowly of him. There's a couple exceptions, but most people don't like the Blight. Don't like or hate or are afraid of him. And, that's what am I saying? Right. Okay. So, here, one sec. Okay. Hang on. Okay. So, the thing is with the Blight is he is a undead kid, and supposedly he committed some crazy act of treason. I won't go too much into it for sake of not spoiling it, for sake of not spoiling the series when it comes out. But I will say the backstory for the Blight is that he supposedly committed some act of treason against the city and against the city's god they worship, which is his. I won't give his name, but he's called the All-Seeing. And he's only thought to be a he because of colloquial, he's only thought to be a he colloquially. All of the gods in, Moon of Ronos and Ornmos in general, they don't have genders. They're above it. They're, above having genders. They don't really view that as something they're even interested in doing. Because, they're gods. They probably don't care about, some human calling them, he or she or they or whatever. But that doesn't stop the humans in the story and, the other people in the story from, that doesn't stop the humans and the other people in the story from, from interpreting them as, oh, this is a boy, or, oh, this is, a he, or, oh, this is, a she, or, oh, I think this is a they, because it's very, there's also non-binary interpretations, because I don't like gender roles all that much. I hate gender roles, bro. So here, I will read you guys the synopsis in just one moment. I just need to quickly add this coloration to his eyebrows. And technically I only have to add it on the ones where they're underneath the main two little hairs, or chunks of hair. Okay, so okay, perfect. So here, let me get that, and I will read you guys the synopsis of the animated series I'm working on. Where's my mouse? There it is. So let's see. So the main thing for this story is, let me get it up. It's on my Tumblr, and I have it written down in my ellipsis. I don't use Google Docs to write my stuff down, just because I don't. That's not I don't know how to word it. It's Google Docs, like Google made a deal with AI, with an AI company, and I haven't been about that life, so I just decided to be like, nope, no, let's go with Ellipsis, because they're not gonna feed my writing without my knowledge, and obviously that is all alleged. I don't know if that's true, but I couldn't take the risk. So let's see. So Slink's houses. Let's see. So the so let's see, where is it? In Unseen, okay, here's the synopsis. Sorry, I should probably give a little bit of like precursor. In Unseen, we follow 13-year-old Rulin, a boy who has just been fully brought into the ranks of the Riversbeak Battalion, as they share an unexpected exchange with the lowly servant of the Seer, the sovereign leader of the city, who is known only by its title, the Blight. This encounter proves to be quite the contentious issue among the rest of the battalion, and soon Rulin is the subject of a debate with one main question. Why didn't the Blight kill him? So that's the, like, basic synopsis. It is a, like, it's a story that follows, Rulin, and he is... I'm just using the stream as background noise while I work on an illustration, but I'm loving this. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Deadmancer. That's very nice of you. I'm happy you're loving the stream. So yeah, basically what Unseen is all about is it, I just read you guys the little synopsis. I won't give too much away. But I do have, here, I'll show you some of the character designs now that I'm finished with coloring in Katish's, like, fluff. So let me bring up some of the character designs. I think that they're scattered around, but, like, here, I can bring up one of the main designs, which is for Halom / the Blight. Let me just remove Rulin from this, because this is... Rulin, you gotta go, bud. You gotta go. Gotta go, bro. Okay. So there, right there, is the Blight. He's standing. He's just kind of in like a pose for the poster. And that is what the Blight looks like. I also have a reference sheet for his full design. And he is like essentially, his pronouns are it, he, or he, it. He has no preference. I just default to he because I have, even though I use it pronouns myself, I am not used to using it pronouns just yet, for myself, really. Basically it is a, like, it's an undead kid, who is villainized by an entire town and seen as less and seen as like, oh, this is not this is a dangerous person, especially because he is a reanimated human, and reanimated humans inherently are considered demons in this world, because it's the unholy act of forcing a soul back into a body, and that is like considered like the worst thing that you could do after someone's dead, is like forcing them to live on. And essentially with Halom in particular, or the Blight, he finds a friend in Rulin, and I actually have an audio script that I have prepared. I like to use audio scripts. I like to just kind of put together some sound effects, and like I'll just use my voice for like the audio scripts most of the time, unless I have like voice actors already cast and I can get their lines. But most of the time I'll just use my own voice. It'll just be like a read through of the of the actual of the actual script. And I did one, and I will be releasing that one as an announcement trailer on my YouTube and probably my TikTok, but it'll be more well formatted on YouTube, because it'll be 16:9, so it'll be more formatted for YouTube, but I will release it on TikTok as well, because I know TikTok has like the full screen feature. So let's see. So this is the poster for Unseen. Rulin and the Blight. You're gonna learn a lot more about these two when the series actually comes around. I have already, I have news. I have already picked out the voice actors. I won't say anything more, but I have already selected the voice actors for these two. And I am very excited to get that going. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Let's see, what else should I work on? I mean, I should finish this. I never really decided on Kit's, like, clothing color. That's fine. I'm gonna give him, like, a kind of a, like, maybe I'll just make him, like, wearing, like, bandages for now. Like, he's, you know, like, he's kind of, like, not okay. And that's fine. He's allowed to not be okay. But yeah, I've been pretty excited to tell these stories, and I hope everybody is excited to see them, because I've been working a long time on these, and like Kits Delights has been in development since, I want to say, 2023 is when I first came up with the concept for it, but again, the concept for Moon of Ronos was made back in 2019. Yeah, and I'm pretty excited because I have, I can tell you guys more about, like, the characters and the, like, there are some other characters that are important in Kits Delights. There's some other characters that are important in Moon of Ronos. And there are some other important characters in Unseen. Like, here, I'll show you guys the Unseen casting call sheet that I posted on Casting Call Club. So here's the art of Rulin that was done for the Casting Call Club listing. It's a bit outdated now, specifically for his earrings, but still. And then this is, let's see, the bullies. This is the three, like, main bad dudes. Like, you know, they're the three main bad guys, but they're not really as much of bad guys as, like, the main villains. Like, these guys are, this is Grit Gut, and then this is Crusher, and then this is Urthug. And they're all siblings, but Grit Gut and Urthug are twins. So yeah. And they're like assholes. They you'll find this out in the first episode, but I suppose I can say it here. They, like, pretty much leave Rulin to die in the first episode, because they're like, it's funny. It's funny though. So yeah. And it's very important to me, like, let's see, here, let me show you guys something. Where is it? Here, I need to save this so I don't lose any of the progress I've done on Katish. Let's see, I feel like it's in my animated show folder. Let's see, where is it? Here, I'll show you guys another one of the characters as well. This is, let's see, where's a good image of her? Of her updated look, actually. So this is a rough animation still, but this is Cass. This is Rulin's best friend. At the time of Unseen. She uses she, her pronouns. She is she's something called a Manjias human, or simply a Manji human. And she's half Manji human. She's half a different type of, like, people that I've devved for this world. And she's a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart, and I love her, and I love her so much. She's dumb, and I love her. I just want to, like, squish her little face. She's so cute. But yeah, so pretty much, like, I'm actually, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the floor for questions. If anybody has any questions, 100% feel free to ask, because I feel like if I keep rambling, I'm going to keep going in circles. So if anybody has any questions, 100% feel free to ask. Let's see, I feel like, yeah, and so Tori was 19 frames, so Katisha's 14 frames was nothing. absolutely nothing in comparison. Um, let's see. Kit reference concepts. And he has, is he 12? No, he's 10. Okay, I think I changed that in the rewrite. Yeah, he's a, yeah, so there's Katish is, like, under eye, like eyelash color. Let's see. What else can I, where is, okay, excuse me. I do need the, is that, yeah, that is the right color for his eyes. You did work pretty fast. Yes, I did. Yes, I do. I do tend to work pretty fast. Like, I'll show you guys an animation. Maybe I'll post it on my community tab at some point. But it is it's an animation of a sequence for the concept short film that I have had bumping around in my brain for a few weeks now. And it is like, how long is it? I think it's like 5 seconds, which in animation time is a lot. And I banged it out in like 6 hours. That was lightning fast. Thank you, Deadman Sir. I'm happy you think so. Also, I'm seeing George Washingho just joined on TikTok. I don't know if they've immediately scrolled away, but I love that name. Let's see. So, and then, okay, we need the black of, because I might as well finish it while I'm here. I'm working pretty fast. I might as well just finish what I started. And then I can post this on my community tab, which is going to be pretty cool. Okay, so we're going to get all the black areas first. Like all the, like all of the, you know, the, how do I even word it? You know, like all the areas that are filled in with the black I used to draw the line art. Because I like that look. Okay, let's, is that gonna, it's not gonna quite, but you know what, it looks good anyways. Let's see, so, but yeah, if anybody has any questions, 100% feel free to ask. Let's see. Okay, so, and then he starts turning, and then he turns away. Yep. And I'm at 14. I am at 14? Yes, I am. Okay. So there. Now I've got his eyebrows blocked in, and that is not ideal for his nose. Whoops. That's definitely not ideal, but that's all right. That's okay because I fixed it, and it's all good now. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to... Oh, that's my previously made lines. Okay, that's fine. Oh no. Katish, no. Okay, that's good for that, I think. Now I'm going to... And I need the, like... I need his, Let's see. What is their character dynamic like? Are you talking about for Katish? Like, because for Katish, he is, specifically Katish is a, or maybe you're asking about Unseen. I don't know. Sorry. Please, do, what's the word? Clarify on what you're asking, because I am kind of dumb. So... Let's see. And one of the things that I really enjoy doing is, like... Let's see. Oh, whoops. There we go. Let's see. Oh, whoops. Okay. So one of the things that I've been talking a little bit about is like one of the things that I want to talk a little bit more about, and I'm just gonna fill the silence while I'm you know, waiting for clarification, if that's all right. Just because I'm kind of dumb, but I'm just gonna kind of fill the air. I have I've been animating since 2017, but I've been taking it seriously since like 2019. 2017 and 2018 were just like, oh, I'm animating, you know, like it was kind of just like I'm animating for fun, not for work, not for like any passion, or like I'm just doing it for fun and seeing if I can do anything with it. And then in 2019 is when I started to take it seriously. Yeah. Let's see. So also, I'm just gonna answer. Okay, I have a question. I'm gonna answer specifically what I think Deadmancer might have been getting at, but I could be wrong. So please do correct me if I'm wrong. I 100% can be wrong here. If you're asking about, I assume you're asking either about Katish or you are asking about Rulin and the Blight, correct? Let's see. Oh, no, I forgot his whole ass eyelash in one. That's great. What is that? 12? Yeah, that's 12. Okay, let me fix that. I forgot his whole ass eyelash, bro. What the heck? Bro, how did I forget this man's whole ass eyelash? And then I'm gonna block in the eyes for this. And can I go back to that? Take me back to the last fucking frame. No, wait, that was correct. Okay, never mind. I fucked it up again. That's fine. But I'm assuming you're talking about like the Blight and Katish, or not the Blight and Katish. Jesus, Sal. Jesus, get your shit together. Okay. So, but I might need, I don't know why, I might, also my internet might be fucking up because I am not getting, much of a response from my computer right now. Like, it's not, like, I think my computer's frozen, but not on my Wacom, so I can continue working on it. So that's nice at least, but I would like to know what people are saying, if they're saying anything. Maybe I'll reload the page. Let me try reloading the page. Because I don't know if people are saying anything, and I get paranoid. Let's see, we need just that little bit. Just that little bit, bro. Just that little bit. Okay. And then just that amount. And then we need the black for his pupil. Or wait, no, we need the blue first. We need the blue now. In the story, what are the dynamics? Example, how do they interact with each other? What is their relationship like between the main characters? Okay, sorry. That was like the world's like largest brain fart I just had. Oh my goodness, I apologize. So, in Unseen, how the Blight and Rulin meet, particularly, is Rulin is left to die by the bullies / siblings, and they like pretty much just assume he's gonna die, so they're like, we'll just leave him here, it's fine. And then what happens, I'll give like a brief summary. So, the Blight essentially just saves Rulin from certain death. And I won't elaborate why there would be certain death in the, in this place, but, you will see. And I hope you all look forward to that. But, I would say the dynamic of Rulin and, the Blight is very, like, they're like brothers. Like, they're very, like, you know, I've known you all my life, even though I've only known you for, like, 15 minutes. But the Blight does not really give that energy at first. Like, the Blight is very, like, standoffish, and rightfully so. The Blight has not been given any, like, you know, the Blight has not been given any, like, understanding, or any, like, compassion for a long time. So it makes sense that the Blight is very standoffish with Rulin. And very awkward when Rulin is very sweet, towards him. Like, I have this whole, like, and they're very much like brothers. They're very, like, you know, like found family. I love that kind of stuff. So they're very found family. And eventually, like, at the ending of Unseen, I won't give away spoilers or anything, but it does lead directly into Moon of Ronos. So the story kind of continues in Moon of Ronos, just with a different main character, and that is Satori. And Satori and, or not Satori, Rulin and the Blight / Halom are both, like, they both have, like, you know, relation, like they both have, like, a found family relationship with Satori as well. Partially because Satori doesn't know what the hell is going on at any given time. They're like, I just got here, man. I was just born at age 10, and I don't know what I'm doing here. So, and, yeah, so, let's see. There's, like, specifically for, oops. Oh, no. I did not mean to do that. Why did it do that? Oh, 'cause that. I understand. So... But, like, yeah, I've just been, so, like, with the main characters of Unseen in particular, the main character, obviously, Rulin, and the secondary main character / deuteragonist, the Blight, they're very much like brothers at a certain point in the story. It doesn't start out that way, but that is how it becomes. Basically, Rulin has a father-son, like there's like a father-son relationship between Rulin and this other character named Mork. And Mork is like his adoptive dad. I say adoptive because you will learn who his actual biological parent is, but that is not something you learn immediately. I mean, it kind of is, but you know, I'm not going to give it away because it's part of the story. It's part of the suspense. It is, so his biological parent is someone other than Mork, but Mork took him in and raised him. And you know, he's best friends with Cass. And that best friend, that friendship kind of just looks like, you know, he was brought to Cass's home residence, which is a place called the Arrow's Head, when Cass was around 8, I think. Yeah, 8. When Cass was around 8, Rulin was brought as an infant to the Arrow's Head, which is like a sanctuary. Like, I love characters like that who just meet and their personalities start to click like they've always been there. I agree. That's I love writing stuff like that. It's one of my favorite things. Also, I apologize if I am getting the messages really, really late. I don't know if I am, but I just figured I'd apologize just in case, because I don't know, and so I could be, by all means, getting them very late. So, one of the things that I'm going to say is, I really like, here, I could read a small excerpt of the script. I won't read a ton, but let me know if you guys are interested in that, and maybe I'll read a small excerpt of the script. Let's see, so, and I should say that Satori and, Rulin, I won't say too much, because I don't know like, you know, you learn in the world or in the story. So Satori is, there is a delay, but it's cool. I'm big chillaxin'. No, that's fair. That's super fair. I'm glad that you're chillaxing at least. I'm glad that the delay's not like taking away all the joy. um, but yeah, so let's see the like holy like thing he has over his hands. Maybe it'll be red, kind of in theme with the kind of color palette he has in Kit's Delights. Maybe like a muted red. Yeah, I think I like that. And I will go through and I will fix each individual one of these, but first I need to finish it. But you know, like I have a lot of like ideas, and I am very excited to share them. And I have a lot of ambition as well, and that could bite me in the ass. That could potentially bite me in the ass, but I know the work I have to do this, and I know it's going to be a lot. It's not going to be a little amount. It's going to be an absolutely insane amount of work, and I'm honestly really thankful that I actually enjoy animation, and like I don't vehemently not like animation. Like it's not something that I dislike. It's not something I find painful. It's just something that I'm like, oh, you know, it's fun and I have to do it, and you know, it's fun. Like I in my opinion, like some people don't understand why I have the patience, and like I've been told by like my parents and you know some of my friends that like they don't have the patience for something like animation. And I'm like, well, you know, I like me personally, I just have the patience because I have like I just have the patience because of the like I only have the patience for animation because I get to watch every single step of an animation coming together. I get to watch it all come together, and I get to watch it like I'll form into something even better than I thought it could be, and I really like that. Let's see. So I need to go through and I need to fix his like and these might not be the exact colors I go with, but you know what? This is an animation. It's fine. True. Yeah, like yeah, and like I don't know. I think that there's yeah, I don't know. I think there's like it's going to be a lot of work. But I quite like watching animation come together, even if it takes so long. That's also my favorite part when I'm animating. Oh, Deadmancer, you animate? That's awesome. I would love to see some of your animations. Like, oh my goodness, I love animation so much. I love animation, I love animators, I love everything about it. I hope you don't mind if I want to, like, check out your animations. Obviously, if you do, I will not check out your animations if you don't want me to, obviously. Let's see. So, one of the things that I think I'm gonna do... So I think I'm gonna... Okay, can I view that now? Like, can I view... And then I'm gonna composite this all in After Effects, because I'm probably gonna paint backgrounds for it, which is way too much work to be putting in for a fucking Tumblr background, but... For like a Tumblr banner, but I want to put it in because I like it. Right, okay. And then I just need one more frame of the black on that. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Let's see how that looks. I don't have to zoom out that far because the camera's already zoomed out. One of the things that I'm gonna say is like, oh, if Clip Studio doesn't crash, please don't crash. Okay, phew. There. So Satori's like, hey, I'm gonna copy you, bro. You got your hands together, and he's like, oh my god, this kid, this stupid kid. Let's see. I need the text out from the rough animation, and then yeah, I think that's cool. I think that's pretty sick. Maybe I should do the shading on this stream too. I know I've been streaming for like almost 2.5 hours, but maybe I'll just do the shading as well. Then I can composite it maybe tomorrow. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. I think that sounds like a plan. Yeah, let's see. So, let's see. Okay. Where is... I don't need to be on text. I need to be on Kit. That's Kit. Kit. What did I call it for Satori? I think it was Satori Lines. Yeah, Satori Lines. So Kit Lines. Actually, I'm gonna call it Kit Cleanup because it should be called Satori Cleanup. So I'm just gonna call it Kit Cleanup, and then Kit Colors, and then I'm going to make I'm gonna make Kit's colors all pure white so I can actually see what I'm doing when I put on the shading, and I can actually fill it in pretty easy. Then I'm gonna grab this. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is, so the light's coming from like over here somewhere. So like here, I'm gonna call this Kit Shading Lines. Kit Shading Lines, perfect. And then there's so the light's coming from like over here somewhere. So I'm thinking that I will just do a, like, yeah, and he's not really like, he's not glowy, so yeah, he just kind of, okay. Okay, let's see. And then, so, yeah, I don't know. I think that that's pretty cool. Here, give me 1 second. I am going to go grab a little bit of water because I am a little bit thirsty, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, that took a minute. Just had to grab my water. So, let's see. So I'm gonna, like, yeah, I think I want there to be, actually, there's already kind of a nose shadow, so I think I'm gonna just leave it like this. So I'm thinking for this, hang on 1 sec. So I'm thinking for this that Katish is like he's godly in this animation, but he's not like a god, so he's not like glowing or anything, and he's not dead, so he's not like ghost glow or anything. You know, he's still just a guy. So I think I'm just gonna represent him as such. He's still just like a random child. Let's see. So he can have normal shading. Recently, as in the past year, but still. Oh, that's super fair. That's very fair. Yeah, that's super fair. Like definitely, like I definitely, oh, that's not what I meant to do. Like I think I started animating again. Like I took a long break from animation in like the end of 2024 because I was like really upset with how my animation looked, and it didn't look bad. I just was, you know, self-conscious. I was just super self-conscious about it. Because I was like, oh, I'm not like James Baxter level yet, and it's like duh, and like and I got like I don't think I'll ever get to James Baxter level, but I sometimes I beat myself up about not being there, and it's like, shut up, bitch, you're making your own shit, shut the fuck up. But you know, like it's what am I saying? Right. So okay. So one of the things that I wanted to bring up was actually a I think that makes sense. I think that lighting makes sense. You know what? And a little bit of pillow shading in animation isn't bad. It's not like the shading is like the like highlight of the animation. So it's whatever. Hello XVS, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I'm just animating something for the Ask blog that I was talking about last stream. So let's see. So there's the first one. Am I gonna have to? Okay. I need Kit Cleanup to give me all of its frames, give me all of its animation cells, and I need to paste it. Perfect. Glad I made it in time. Phew. Yes, hello. Welcome. Oh yeah, the coloring is very nice. Right? Like, thank you. Yeah, so thank you. Let's see. So one of the things that I've been doing for, I don't think I need much of a change for the first 3 frames, because he's static. His eyes are just opening and closing. So I think I'm just going to make it so that's all they're doing. Is they're just opening and closing. Nothing crazy about it. Thanks for streaming on a Saturday. Of course. I plan to stream more on the weekends. Anyways, because I do have some commitments coming up for the next little while. So I hope to stream more on the weekends. And I'm actually testing. This is a giant test stream for a dual stream on TikTok. Because I didn't realize that I could actually do that, and I am right now. So it's pretty cool. Let's see. So let's see. What time is it for you, XVS? Like I know you said that. I know you commented that you usually are. It's usually morning for you when I stream, and right now it is 2:08 a.m. for me. What time is it for you? Obviously, if you're comfortable with me asking. If you are not comfortable, you do not have to answer, of course. Let's see. I feel like there's oh wait, hang on. Why would that be remaining the same? Because the eyelid's moving, so why would that be remaining the same? It should go down. Let's see. Oh, so yeah, a giant time zone difference. No, totally. I'm sure it is. Here, let me... Oh man, I can't. Where's my... Alright, see you, Vac Animates. Gotta go, got work tomorrow, but good luck rest of stream. Okay, have a good one, Vac. See you. Okay, so... Hope your work goes well. Yes, I agree. So let's see. I feel like for this, let's see. I kind of made that go down a bit too much. Oh yeah, it's 10:09 a.m. for you right now. Damn. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because right now it is 2:09 for me in the morning. I am extremely it is extremely late, but I have a lot of energy right now, so I'm very chill to just And my sibling went to bed pretty, so yeah, it's still morning. Totally, right? Yeah, my sibling went to bed pretty early because they were exhausted from work, and my partner went to bed pretty early because they work at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. Or today, I guess. So they went to get some early rest. So I figured I'd just stream, because that's fun. I like it. It's fun to stream. And I have been having some fun. So, let's see. That is a bit too... Okay, perfect. One of the big things that I've been doing is, for these shows, is I've been kind of, for the shows I'm producing, is I've been, prepping... Hang on, I gotta get this... I gotta lock in. This line needs me. Okay, perfect. So, what I've been doing for these, actually, since it's 2:08 a.m., I'm actually going to take a break from animating for one moment Just give me one moment. I'm just going to double check something on my casting call club. I'm going to double check if the casting call is now closed, because I think I set it for 12 a.m. on the 31st, but I need to double check that. For 10 a.m. my time on the 31st. So I think I need to check that dashboard. Projects created. 238 submissions. View public page. Is it closed? Like, does it say closed somewhere? No, it still says apply/audition. Oh, it's 12:30 p.m. Okay. So people have until 12:30 p.m. That's cool. That's cool. I just had to check. Oh, no, that's not what I meant to close. Hang on. Give me a moment. That is not what I meant to close at all. Oh, oops. Okay. What? Okay. I'm guessing that because of the time zone difference, I'm having more of a delay in the stream. Oh, yeah, that's super fair. So if I don't respond quickly, it's probably because of the delay. Yeah, my internet is having a minute, man. Like, oh my goodness. And my TikTok chat just got disabled. What? What? Since when? Wait, you made a casting call? Yes, I did. It's on, if you would like, you can still, like, check it out. Here, I'll send the link in the, YouTube chat. And I have to double check what is happening with the, TikTok chat, because I can't, like, there's literally nothing that I can see now. Weird. Huh. Weird. Okay. That's fine, I suppose. I don't know why my chat was disabled, but I guess it was. That's whatever. Let's see. What we're gonna do... Oh, thanks. What's the age limit? The age, there is no technical age limit. Like, as long as you're, like, over 13, honestly. Like, you know, I'm not really picky about who I work with, as long as, you know, like, as long as you're cool with, you know, like, here, let me send you the link to it. Where's, can I see the link? How do I copy the link? I want to share it. How do I do that? How do I do that? I'd like if I could share it, please. Oh, it's still called Unseen Short Film for some reason, but know that it is not a short film. It is like a full animated series. I don't know why it is a... Here, so here's the, I don't know why it's listed as, unseen short film, because it's not a short film, it is a, like, it's a series. Yeah, you bet, XVS. Do your thing. Of course. Let's see, so... And just so you know, there will be more roles listed in the future. But for now, this is just for episode 1. Which is probably why I got confused. Because it's only 8 characters, because it's for episode 1. Why? Oh, okay, because I'm on Kit Colors. No wonder. Okay, so one of the things that I should... doing. Okay, I accidentally switched to one of my brushes that I barely use anymore. Oh my goodness! What? What's up, XVS? Also, I apologize to everybody on TikTok. If the chat is enabled, you have 238 submissions. Oh my god, dude. How? Are you serious? Wait, hang on. I didn't even check the amount of submissions when I went on there. Oh my god. Oh, jeez. Okay. I mean, thank you. But oh my goodness. I mean, oh my god. Okay. I didn't even know the amount of, like, the amount of submissions. That's insane. I had checked it earlier today and it was at like, oh god, I don't know. That's crazy. That's so cool. Check it right now. I did, and that's so cool. Yep, it's official. I'm never landing a roll. No, dude, I honestly, like, if you wanted, you could definitely, like, look for, like, because that's a lot for you to check through. No, the thing is it's not, like, I've checked through some of them, and most of it is just, like, people submitting multiple editions. Hope you can get through all of them, totally, right? And if you don't want to apply for this one, then there is the second, episode, which is, like, you know, there's a second episode, that I'm going to be making down the line, that I'll also be posting a casting call for in the near future, hopefully. And it is it'll be like, how do I word it? Like, you know, that won't be the last casting call I post regarding Unseen, because that is specifically for the, first episode. And I probably should have specified that in the title, but I will edit it to specify that in the title. Ooh, nice. Thank you. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so I need 3 now. And like, you know, I don't know. I'm very excited about this. Holy crap. Holy shit. That's crazy. Oh, man. Like, and I'm pretty excited because, I've got the, oh, actually, I know I've shown the other folks in stream, unless people have left or new people have come in, but, I have actually finished the poster for Unseen, if you would like to see it. So, because I finished it, and it looks pretty cool, in my opinion. So, yeah. Let's see, here, really quick, I'm just gonna check something. What? Okay, then what is happening, TikTok? What? Okay. That's fine. That's fine, it can do its thing. It says it's having trouble, so that's whatever, it can do its thing. Yes, I want to see it. Is that even a question? Deadmancer says, nice. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. That means a lot. That means literally the world. Thank you guys so much. Here, let me get up my thing. So, okay. So, here is the poster. Here, let me put my mouse over here because I don't really have room for it on my desk right now. Just because, so here's the poster. Here, I'll make this smaller. Bam! There's the poster. My little guy's in front of it. Hang on. My little guy's kind of in front of it on my TikTok. You know, it's fine. I can just move it over a little bit. So yeah, so there's the poster. I hope to get this actually printed as a poster at some point, because I would love that. I've already got one Moon of Ronos poster. Actually, I've got 2 down in my room. That's so cool. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That means the world. Thank you. Yeah, so that's so that's the poster for Unseen. It was originally going to feature 2 more characters. It was originally going to feature and like the hint of another character, but it was going to originally feature you know, these 2, Rulin, Halom, and it was going to also feature Chancellor Latour and Blaine, but I couldn't fit them in a way that I liked, so I just decided, and it'll just be them standing in the sanctum, because I like that. So, yeah, I think that's pretty cool, though. Like, yeah, I don't know, it's pretty, I'm very proud of it, that's for sure. I should add Unseen to the, like, like to this, like maybe I'll finish what I have of this so far, and you know, maybe later on I'll add Unseen into like the lineup of characters on this. Like, you know, I'll add Rulin or Halom or somebody. I might add Rulin. That might be cute. Rulin's just a little guy, and I love him so much. Nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. And like, yeah, you know, like there's yeah, what am I saying? Yeah, there's a lot of like, so yeah, that closes at 12:30 my time today. So that'd be, oh god, I can't do math. That'd be like probably like, oh god. Oh no, I can't do math. That'd be like, ooh, oh no. It'll be some time for you. I can't do the time. I'm sorry. You're like 8 hours ahead. No, wait. Hang on. I can do this. You're 8 hours ahead of me. So I post it at 12:30 p.m. For you, it would be at like 8:30 p.m. Okay. That wasn't that hard, Sal. Jeez. Goodness, I cannot. Oh my goodness, this is awful. Don't worry, I can't do math either. That's so real. Dude, ever since like middle school, like I was fine with like elementary, like grade school level math. But anything past that, I'm just like, nope, I'm tapped. I can't do it. I'm gone. See ya. Like, oh god, like grade 12 level math. Oh, that's something I look back on not very fondly. Like, oh god, man. I used to like, I remember, I mean, it didn't help my math class. My math class sucked in middle school, and the teacher hated me, so, but you know, that's lore I won't go into. But like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, shit. So, okay, we got that now. Now we need this. So, like, ow, my back hurts. Probably because I have been sitting in shrimp posture for a while. Like, for the entire day. Not even just this whole stream. I have been sitting in shrimp posture since I woke up this morning. Because I sat down at my desk and I'm like, okay, perfect. It's time to work. And then I started working. And whenever I work, I get really bad shrimp posture. I look like a little fucking little shrimpy boy. But you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I'm allowed. I allow myself to look a little shrimpy. As weird as that sounds. Because sometimes you need a little whimsy in your life. You know? Let's see. So, hang on, how? Wait, what? Oh, no, that is correct. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that would be, it's lifting, so it wouldn't actually be visible there, in that case. Well, it would be, but not by much. Okay. For real, my posture is also really bad. That's so fair. That is so fair. Like, honestly, I felt that. Like, oh my god, I cannot, like, I've got really, really bad posture. I'm definitely gonna have back problems when I'm older. That is guaranteed. But, you know, it's not like I don't have back problems now. So, go figure. I'm gonna have to depart, but I will be watching this project and your growth. Thank you, Deadmancer. Have a good day or night, whatever time it is for you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for having interest in my stuff. Fun stream. Have a great one. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Have a great one. See you. Okay, so I I think the only character that I could potentially voice is Rulin. I agree. You could probably do like a pretty good Rulin. Like, and those are like the only. These are probably the only. Like, those are the only. Like those are only 8 out of the like. Currently 15 characters in the cast, including side characters. Like, obviously not including background characters, which are just like, you know, like extras and stuff. But like including like background characters and whatnot. Like side characters and stuff. There are about 15 currently. I'll have to double check that, but yeah. Let's see. Oh, that's cool. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, but I think you do like honestly, I think you do a good Rulin. Like, I've heard your voice on your Q&A on the Q&A video you did. And I think you do a pretty good Rulin. I have to see if, like, because I said earlier in this stream that I had picked someone out for Rulin, but I do have to see if that person is, like, if their audition is still there. Oh, series_go. Hello. Hello, series go. Welcome. Is that O or ooh? I can't tell. Because sometimes I when I spell ooh, I don't know. Yeah, I could make it a little deeper if you want an older voice. No, actually, Rulin's about 13 in Unseen. So, let's see. Just to let you know, I'm older than 13, so you won't have any issues with a minor. Yeah, exactly. No, totally. That's good to know. But yeah, yeah, that's kind of why, like, the minimum age is like, oh, hi! Hello, series go. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. If it is day for you or if it is night for you, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, it is currently... I'm just kind of working on my animated series. Well, this isn't for my animated series, but it is for an Ask blog for my animated series, which is going to be animated, which I regret that choice every day. I regret making this Ask blog animated every day, but that's okay. Because it'll be fun. Let's see. So, is this? I have an animation with 100. Oh my god, I can't read numbers, man. With 1,400 pieces of frames, but I'm age of 12. That's really cool. Ooh, I think that it may be better for someone else to do Rulin. That's super fair, and honestly fair enough. But like, yeah, if you're interested in trying out, 100% go for it. For any character, really. But yeah, also that's super impressive, series go. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm 22, and I've been animating since I was... How old was I in the start of 2017? Oh god, now I have to do math again. I think I was... Because I read one of the lines and it includes a little teensy-weensy bit of swearings, and I still live with my parents, so if they would hear me say that, no, that's very fair. That is very fair. And I don't want you to change the script all because I can't curse. That's super fair. That's super fair. Yeah, so, yeah, I've been... Oh god, how old was I in 2017? I was... When I was a young boy. What is that song? Oh, is that... I think that is, what's his name? The guy that's, oh no. I shouldn't be forgetting his name. He's literally, like, such an icon in emo music. Okay. How in the world are you 12 and have animation with 1,400 pieces, series go? Yeah, like, that's really impressive, series. I was 7 in 2017. Oh, wow. Yeah, in 2017, I was, oh god, do math, so it's not that hard. Long division, it's not even long division, it's just subtracting. So if, let's see, I'm 22 now, but my birthday is in December, like it's early December. So I would have been, let's see, I was 11 when I got, when I was 11 in 2015, but I turned, yeah, it's called Petty the Green Cat. That's pretty cool. I like that. Let's see. So there's, yeah, I can't do math. Never mind. I was, I don't know, I was like, 13 or 14. Probably like 14. No, I would have been 13 because I turned 14 that year. I mean, I could submit an audition without the cursing to see if I would even fit the role of voice. Yeah, that's fair enough. You can totally do that. Let's see. Okay. So I won't be offended in the slightest, but by all means you can choose someone else. Totally, right? And that's the thing is like with voice acting especially, it's not rejection, it's selection. Like I heard my siblings say that because they're into voice acting, and I think that's a perfect way to view it. Is it's not rejection, it's just selection. But yeah, that's awesome. Like I don't know. Okay. Come on, Sao, you're at 6. The indie animation take over the world. I agree. I hope like, you know, like especially in such a time where Disney and like, you know, like other studios are kind of giving like lackluster, like pretty lackluster films. Like no offense to Disney. Not that okay. Why am I saying that? Why am I saying no offense to Disney? Oh, is Walt Disney gonna get upset and is his frozen head gonna get upset? No. He doesn't. He's dead. It's fine. Disney, as a company, does kind of suck. They do make some cool shit. But I feel like they've fallen off a little bit in the recent years. Specifically because they have, like, you know... specifically because, like, a lot of those companies are, like Disney... Didn't Disney sign a deal with OpenAI? I could be wrong on that, but 100% I could be wrong on that. But I thought they did. Like, I think they did sign a deal with OpenAI. Walt Disney is in the ground right now. Exactly. He's dead. He doesn't care if I say mean things about him, because he's dead. And, you know, he also wasn't that very nice. He wasn't very nice of a guy, so whatever. I can say what I want about Walt Disney. You know, I can say, whatever. He was a pioneer of animation. But, you know, he was also a weirdo. So, you know, you can be a pioneer of something and also be a bad person. Yeah, like, I don't know. He's... I don't know, dude. Disney is over 90 years. Yeah, exactly. He's dead. He's a dead man. Disney is like 100 years old, like as a company. He is long since dead. Have a good dirt nap, bro. No offense to him, but like, okay, a little bit of offense because he was not a very good dude. At least from what I have heard and the research I have done, which could be misinformed by all means, but from the research I've done, he's not a very nice guy. It's kind of a meme in the animation community that he's like not the best dude ever. Like he's not exactly a saint. But you know, he was a pioneer. We respect him for pioneering some stuff, but we can also be like, you suck, Disney. You suck, Walt Disney. I'm glad you're dead, Walt Disney. No, I'm just kidding. You know what's funny is I share a birthday with Walt Disney. which is pretty crazy. Yeah, I was born on December 5th, and so was he. So, that's pretty cool. Only cool in the sense of like, oh, he did a lot of cool stuff for animation. Not cool in the sense of who he was as a person. I think I'd rather like have like someone actually as a good person to be my like birthday twin or whatever. But yeah, at least I got someone who's like a pioneer of animation as like my birthday twin. I'll take it. You know what? I'll take it. The only issue is that I can't access the Google Drive for the links and references because of some firewall. Oh, I see. I totally get that. No, that's super fair. I'm sure I can find a way around that. I just might have to, like, fuck around a little bit with it. Because it might be a problem on my end. Like, okay. 7. My birthday is the literal day of French independence. That's dope. Viva la Revolution! Like, okay, I love that. We love that. We love the French Revolution birthdays. I knew I was using the wrong pen. It didn't look crunchy enough. I was like, maybe this pen is just not crunchy. No, it is. It's very crunchy. And it should be very crunchy. And I'm not even French, right? Like, oh my goodness, man. Like, I have a couple, like, yeah, I share a birthday. The only notable person that I know of, at least, that I share a birthday with is Walt Disney. And as far as I know, December 5th doesn't have, like, any major connotations in any parts of the world that I know of. It very well could, but to my knowledge, it doesn't. But I also could be extremely uninformed. But yeah, I just have a little guy. Wasn't sorry. No, you're all good. You're all good, dude. Like, okay. Also, like, one of the things that I'm, like, I don't know, indie animation is one of my favorite things ever. Especially, like, okay, yeah, what I was gonna say was indie animation, I'm glad it's rising in a time where, like, studios are kind of falling flat. Like, you know, like, I hate to say it, but even DreamWorks kind of has fallen flat a little bit. Like, even DreamWorks is kind of falling flat. Like, I don't know. It's, like, with, like, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish was a fucking banger, bro. But then they came out with, like, Kung Fu Panda 4, and it was like, okay, you just made straight ass. Like, I'm sorry. If anybody here likes Kung Fu Panda 4, that's fine. I personally hate that movie so much. It ruined the, like, charm of the first films, and I don't like that they made it so that Po wasn't the Dragon Warrior at the end, because he's not even that old. He's like, what? Like, it's been like, what? Like 3 in-world years? I'm so confused. True. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, and that's the thing is, like, you know, like, I just think, yeah, I don't know. I think, like, okay. And like, that's the thing is, like, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish was a banger. I agree, bro. I agree. It was such a good movie. Literally such a good movie. Oh my god. And, like, it was such a good movie. And I feel bad that they dropped such, like a fucking hit right before they dropped Kung Fu Panda 4. And don't get me wrong, if you like that movie, that's fine. I personally do not like that movie. It ruined Tai Lung's character. It ruined Shen's character. It ruined Kai's character, like Kai the Jade Slayer's character. They flopped the 4th Kung Fu Panda movie. I agree. But my big animation project is 20 frames per second. No, totally, right? That's fair, series go. Kung Fu Panda was my literal childhood. Me too, bro. I have, like, Kung Fu Panda 2 on, like, repeat all the time. I love that movie so much. Like, that movie is, like, such a big inspiration for me for, like, music and, like, for character design. So wonderful. I love it so much. And, like, I don't know. I feel like they've kind of flopped. They flopped. I basically had to physically sit down and binge watch all the previous movies to slightly mentally heal. Dead ass, dude. Like, okay. When they made... Okay, I'm sure... I'm sure, okay, have you seen, I'm sure XBS you have seen, like, I don't know if anybody else here, all the villains were bangers in the past movies. I agree. And the Chameleon, she was fine. She had an interesting concept, I guess, but she was not... Bullshit, she was too small for Kung Fu. Mantis is a thing. And then they had to flop it at the end. But I still remember Kung Fu Panda. No, that's super fair. Like, and okay. One of the things that really bugged me is that the whole, like, issue... Yeah, Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2 are still bangers. I agree. The third movie is a little bit down on the quality scale for me, but I still love it so much. But oh my god, Kung Fu Panda 4 can, like, literally choke. I hate that movie so much. And I know I shouldn't, but I'm not a fan of that movie. I shouldn't say hate. Hate is a bad emotion, but it's not my favorite film. Like, it was mid. It was mid. I apologize. It was mid. Like, it unfortunately, like, okay, my biggest gripe, and I am going to spoil Kung Fu Panda 4 here, but it's been out since, like, March of 2024. I think I can spoil it. Okay, so Kung Fu Panda 4, at the end of the film, all of the previous villains and, like, people that Poe's defeated... Yeah, what are you gonna do, big guy? Sit on me? Yeah, exactly. I love that. I love Tai Lung's, like, fucking attitude in the first movie. Okay, and, like, okay. In the end, yeah, hate is a strong word. I agree 100%. That's why I'm like, I shouldn't say I hate it. I'm not a fan of it, personally. I don't really enjoy what it did to the previous films. Okay. But, like, okay. Yeah, I don't hate the movies, but I do think it has fallen off. I agree. Like, and, you know, like, one of the things that I need to say is, like, with Kung Fu Panda in particular, I have always, like, loved those movies so much. I love Kung Fu Panda, and I love How to Train Your Dragon. Like, I always thought that, like, DreamWorks was, like, where you go when, like, Disney is not making absolute slappers. Like, you go to DreamWorks because they usually will make insane slappers. Like, Rise of the Guardians, bro? Peak shit. Oh my god. Like, okay. And one of my favorite things is, like... And one of my favorite things is, like... I don't know. I have a lot of fun with, like, I've been recently, like, you know, like, I don't know, dude. I'm just a little frustrated because, like, I don't know. I feel like they kind of shat on the legacy that the first films kind of left. And that is really a shame to me because Kung Fu Panda was so good. Kung Fu Panda was, like, peak. It was so good. But then they had to be like, oh yeah, and Shen, literally the villain of the second movie. I'm spoiling the fourth Kung Fu Panda movie. I don't care. It's been out for a while. I can spoil it. At the end of the movie, all of the previous villains and the people that Poe has defeated on screen and off screen are shown. And, like, they all, like, bow to Poe, like, oh, we respect you now because you beat this random, like, sorceress that, like, used us for, like, our kung fu powers or whatever. And, like, okay, I'm fine with that, but here's my issue. Shen, the guy who literally, like, I hate to say this word, but he literally he literally committed genocide against the pandas to stop Poe from finding him. We're gonna say that he is gonna bow to Poe now just because Poe beat some fucking chameleon? Are you dead ass? Shen would be like fucking... If Shen actually could come back like that, Shen would be like, yeah, man, it's round 2. Come on, put your dukes up. You're done. Like, it's just frustrating because, like, he's not gonna bow to Poe, bro. He hates pandas, and that's the point of him, is that he wants all of China for himself. And that's the whole point, is that he's a bad guy, and he's irredeemable, and he shouldn't be redeemed. I don't know, it frustrates me, because it's like, bullshit he would bow to Poe. he does not respect Po in the slightest. He's like, the only reason he let himself die in, like, you know, in, like, the only reason he let himself die in, like, Kung Fu Panda 2 was because he was like, okay, there's a giant cannon falling on me, and this panda's, like, really, like, you know, it was like grim acceptance. He's like, okay, fair enough. Like, he saw the cannon, like, the cannon falling on him, and he's like, all right, fair game. And, like, I don't know, it's frustrating to watch, like, something that I loved as a kid being so bastardized in favor of, like, and I'm trying to just picture it as, like, this is the new gen. You know how, like, there's generations for, like, stuff like My Little Pony, and there's, like, gens for, like, I speak. Hi, hello, Planet X Milo 4, welcome to the stream. So, like, you know, like, but, like, what I was saying was, like, you know, it's frustrating, because, like, I have been so, like, I don't know, man, I'm just, like, bullshit Shen is gonna fucking bow to Po. Yeah, right, he does not respect Po in the slightest, bro, and, like, I know you want, like, a happy, feel-good message. Shen is not the one that you're gonna get that happy, feel-good message from. He is a genocidal maniac. Because some fucking old lady told him, oh yeah, you're probably, like, gonna get murdered or something. And he was like, oh my god, I need to murder people because of this. Like, that's... You're probably, like, and she didn't even say he's gonna get killed. She was like, you know, if you keep going down this path, you're gonna be stopped by a warrior of black and white. And he was just like, oh, I'm gonna be stopped. I'm gonna be defeated? Oh, that means I'm going to be killed, and I'm going to go kill a bunch of innocent people over this. Like, you can't tell me that man would have any respect for Po, any respect, any remorse for what he did. Because people who are, like, insane like that, they don't feel remorse. They don't feel it. They don't feel it. They don't feel it. They don't. They're not good people. And, you know, like, it's... Dude, I have another account. Oh, cool. I have another account. That's cool. But, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I could go on about this for hours, but I feel like the fifth, I hope they don't make a fifth one. Jesus. Like, let it be what it was, which was 3 movies long. Let it be 3 movies long. It worked fine as a trilogy. Hell, it worked fine as 2 movies. He mastered physicality and emotional, like, strength. And, like, that is, like, perfect. And then we have the 3rd movie where he masters, like, chi or spiritual strength. And it's like, okay, that's perfect. He masters the 3, like, types of, like, strength and skill that, a warrior needs. And then they just throw it all away for some Disney Fox in the 4th movie. I'm sorry. Like, Jen, Jen was actually, like, a decent character. Oops, sorry, my phone ran out of battery. Oh, no worries. But, like, okay, like, Jen was, Jen was actually a decent character, but, I don't know, yeah, I'm just, clowning on Kung Fu Panda 4 right now, you didn't miss much. I'm just talking about how Shen, in particular, like, you know how all, like, the villains at the end of Kung Fu Panda 4, they all, like, bow to Po, like, oh, we respect you now, and, you know, like, Tai Lung gives him this big, like, oh, I respect you, dude. I see why you're the Dragon Warrior. Bull fucking shit that either A, Tai Lung would do that, bullshit. No hate to Awkwafina, but I can't believe they cast her for that, right? Like, and also, like, bullshit Shen is going to be like, oh yeah, I respect you. No. She had good roles, like, in Bad Guys, yeah. And, like, Shen is literally a genocidal maniac against pandas. He literally committed genocide against pandas. We are kidding ourselves if we think he's gonna bow to a panda that beat a little lizard. We are kidding ourselves if we think that that's what's gonna happen. Because it's not. It's not. Shen is not gonna bow to some panda because he's like, the panda who really honestly was the reason he died, nonetheless. Any scene in Kung Fu Panda 4 literally destroyed the entire personality of each villain. I agree. Like Kai, I understand why he might respect, why he could, in theory, respect Po. Because he's like, okay, yeah, you beat me, you're like the king of spirituality, you're the king of chi, or whatever the fuck. And like, okay, I could see why that is different. And I guess if Tai Lung had any kind of redemption arc, okay, understandable. But why Shen? Literally destroyed his whole character. He didn't want to die at Po's hands so hard that he, like, when he was about... Yeah, but Shen... Bro. Reply. Sorry, just drinking water. Oh my goodness. Shen and Tai Lung literally would not have any remorse. Like, okay, if Tai Lung, like, had, like, some kind of, like, a redemption arc, and he understood, okay, maybe it wasn't my time to be, like, the Dragon Warrior, maybe I'm not the Dragon Warrior, I can understand that, but he literally didn't have that in the first movie. He didn't have that in the first movie or the fourth movie. There was no room for him to have that type of development. So, like, why are we kidding ourselves and being like, oh, yeah, like, like, both Shen and fucking Tai Lung are gonna bow to him because they respect him now. And it's like, no, they don't. Shen made a weapon to conquer all of China. To literally, like, in his own words, end Kung Fu. Like, are we deadass? Are we deadass saying that he respects... Also, I have a problem with the Chameleon as a character. I have a couple problems with her. But the main two are... Yeah, exactly. The creature of black and white that killed him in the end, that killed Shen in the end, was himself. Like, literally, oh my god. And, like, okay. And one of the things that really frustrated me is, like, like, I just, dude, like, he would have never bowed to Po. Exactly. He never would he ever. And, like, another thing that really, really irks me is, like, like, the Chameleon, she didn't get a name, first off. They could have given her a badass, actual, real Chinese name. But instead they were like, nah, we're gonna call her the Chameleon. Talking about Kung Fu Panda? Yes, we are. And, like, that's the thing, is, like, they could have done so much more with the Chameleon as a character. I have actually debated making a rewrite of Kung Fu Panda 4 as, like, a little side project. Just because I hate it. I don't hate it. Just because I don't like how they executed the story in Kung Fu Panda 4 that much. Like, okay. Also, I have a bone to pick. The Chameleon brought back Shen for his quote-unquote Kung Fu powers. Shen didn't have Kung Fu powers. That's why he made the weapon to end Kung Fu. He was good at fighting, but it wasn't Kung Fu. He wasn't strictly using, like, like a blunt weapon and his hands. He was using a sword. He was using a sword. He was using sharp objects like like his talons. That's not Kung Fu. That was not Kung Fu. He doesn't know Kung Fu. His whole idea is that, oh no, I gotta end Kung Fu. That's the whole point of Shen, is that he has to end it. He's ending Kung Fu. Why would she take Kung Fu powers from someone who notoriously made a weapon to end Kung Fu? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I do not get it. Like, the writing choices in that stupid movie will never cease to amaze me. Because, like, you had so much world building that you could have, like, done something so cool with. And yet you did that. And, like, that is so, like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that to our poor, why look at that, look at how they massacred my boy. Like, why would you do that to Po? Why would you do that to the series and, like, the franchise in general? And also, the fact that the Furious 5 weren't in it, I immediately knew it was going to be, like, less. It was, like, going to be, like, a lesser film in terms of, like quality. Because I'm like, no, to have a Kung Fu Panda movie, you need the Furious 5. In a weird way, the Furious 5 are the are like, you know, the darkness to like Poe's light, you know, like they're two halves of the same thing. You don't have one without the other. But then they gave up. Then they came up with this stupid excuse. I never watched Kung Fu Panda 4. That's super fair. It's a bad film. I don't recommend it. I mean, I recommend it if you're looking to laugh and be like, haha. They could have brought back all the OG villains and made them go up against Poe, and Poe has to use every single one of the skills he knows, and the Furious Five should have been there. I agree. Because, like, I don't know, the fact that the Furious Five weren't there, like, really pissed me off. I was like, okay, that's gonna be, like, mid as fuck. And then it was ass. It wasn't just mid, it was ass. Like, oh my god, I have debated doing a rewrite. Should I do, like, a fun little, like, rewrite of Kung Fu Panda 4? Like how I would write the story, because I personally think I could do it better than the writing team they had for that at DreamWorks. Because I don't ever want to say I'm, like, better creatively than other people. Ever. I never want to say that. But oh my god, that story was ass, bro. That story was ass. The Furious Five was the literal inspiration for Poe, so getting rid of them in the fourth movie is insanity. I agree. Like, and I don't know, it's like... Also, like, they took away, like, I know that, like, I don't know. I'm just, like, I'm so angry about it still, and I shouldn't be this angry about it, but it's just, it grinds my gears when it's like, oh yeah, we're making, like, and I try to picture it as just, like, like, on My Little Pony New Gen. Yeah, honestly, you should make a rewrite. I want to so bad. Like, I'm totally gonna. Because, like, I think that it would be fun to have a little rewrite project of Kung Fu Panda on the side, where I can show it the justice it deserves. And I'm like, okay, first off, Shen not bowing to Poe at the end. That is one thing that Shen is not doing. Shen's probably not even going to be in the rewrite, because why would he be? He was a genocidal maniac. He has no reason to come back. He has no redemption or redeeming qualities. He is just a genocidal maniac. Why do we want him back? You know, like, it's... I just don't get it. And, you know, like, some people will say, like, but Sao, you know, like, these writers who work in, like, big movies probably know better than you. And to that I say, yeah, they probably do. Then why'd they write such ass? An obscure origin of Kung Fu Panda. Yeah, like, I want to, like, rewrite the fourth film. Oh, so bad, bro. So bad. I have to. Because I think I could do it so much more justice than, like, they did at actual, like, in the actual DreamWorks, like the way they wrote it in the actual production. And I know that, and that's not me saying I'm better than, like, the DreamWorks writers or anything. I'm just saying that they kind of ate shit on that one. They tried to do a kickflip, and they, like, fell on their face and ate, like, ate concrete, you know? Like, that's what happened with that film. They didn't eat, they ate concrete. They did a kickflip, fell on their face, and cried about it. And that's really, really funny, but also really frustrating, because it's like, dude, this was a movie franchise it was such a cash grab. It felt like such a cash grab. And that is so, like, oh my god, I could go on about this for hours. But, like, okay. I don't know. I also have that opinion. Like, I'm fine with the third How to Train Your Dragon movie, but it's not personally my thing. I don't like that they killed Stoic off in the second movie, either. I think that was unnecessary. I don't think he needed to die for the sake of making, like, angst with Toothless and Hiccup. I think he could have stayed alive. I think that there could have been a more interesting way to make Hiccup frustrated with Toothless. I think there could have been a more interesting way rather than just, oh, the best character in the series is dead. Like, I think there could have been a more interesting way. Like, I don't know. In my opinion, like, obviously, sometimes call for things like for really, like, scary things, like, I don't know, like death, or, like, but How to Train Your Dragon was good, but I really wish they kept Stoic alive. I agree, because he was, like, the best character. He was literally peak, bro. Oh, hello, Goofy Guy Goobus. Welcome to the stream. We're just talking about, DreamWorks movies, while I work on my animated stuff, while I work on my animated show. But yeah, I'm definitely going to make a rewrite of Kung Fu Panda, of Kung Fu Panda 4 specifically, because I think that'd be a fun little side project, and I would get to show Tai Lung, my beautiful son, and and Shen, you genocidal maniac. I wouldn't even include him, because why do we want a genocidal maniac to be redeemed? Why? He doesn't deserve it. He killed Poe's mom amongst thousands, hundreds or thousands of other pandas. He does not deserve to come back and be like, oh, I respect you now, so like we're chill, right? I killed your mom, but we're chill, right? Like that doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense for him to be like, oh, well, I bowed to you once, so we're chill, right? That's, in my opinion, it was probably, like, if that was a canon thing at all, it was probably just so Poe wouldn't beat the fucking shit out of him the moment Poe died and went to the spirit realm. And found Shen. He's like, no, dude, I bowed to you. I know I killed your mom, but I bowed to you, bro. It's chill now. We're chill. It's like, no, we're not. You killed my mom and my people. Like, I don't know, man. I just have so many opinions about the latest, like obviously Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, literally a banger sequel. I could not have asked for such a good, like, sequel to the first Puss in Boots movie, and I didn't even really like the first Puss in Boots movie too much, but I could not ask for a better Puss in Boots, like, sequel than The Last Wish. Literally so good. But I don't know, I feel like they kind of ate shit. Like, I feel like they kind of got too, like, they got so lost in the sauce of, like, you know, of, like, how good the reception of Last Wish was. And then, you know, they kind of didn't think for Kung Fu Panda 4. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I just that's my personal opinion. I'm just not a fan of it. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. I think they could have taken the story so many other ways. So many other ways. And, like, I don't know. I also think, I'm of the opinion, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you can't include things like character death in your story. Like, for example, my main story, like, the main animated series that I'll be working on, which is technically a sequel to the one I'm working on currently, is, it has a lot to do with death and grief. But I'm not, like, willy-nilly, like, I don't know, man. And I'm not saying Stoic's death was, like, willy-nilly, per se. I'm just saying it felt off. I didn't really like it. I don't like that he died, because he was, like, the best character in the whole fucking thing. Why would I want to watch it if Stoic's gone? Why would I want to watch it if Stoic's gone? You know, like, I don't want to watch it if... Sorry, I had to move the stool underneath my feet. Like, I don't want to watch it if Stoic's gone. I'm not staying for Hiccup. Fuck you. Give me my Stoic back. Bubba Needy Stoic. Like, you know, like, I don't fuck with no Stoic, bro. I don't know. And, like, there's ways to handle, like, extreme and, like, scary topics in, like, in films and in media. Like death and, you know, like death and, like, you know, like, what's another good example? Here, one sec. Like death and, like, you know, like, I don't know, like war and shit, but I don't know. I just personally think that there's a lot of, like, weird, like, there's a lot of weirdness surrounding, like, oh yeah, well, it's a fucking, we're just gonna, like, write it in. Like, I feel like that's a thing a lot of, like, younger writers do, and not younger writers as in, like, physically, like, you know, like, young writers. I mean, like, writers that are new to writing. I feel like a lot of, like, beginner's a better word. I feel like a lot of beginner and, like, starting off writers, they kind of think that, like, the more angst, the more people will care about characters. But honestly, personally, at least for me, like, the amount of angst really has to be, like, it has to be, like, peppered in, bro. Like, otherwise, I'm just, like, I get so disinterested so quickly. Specifically with like blood angst, with like angst involving like blood and gore and like upset. Like, don't get me wrong, I find it fun to like put characters through like horrendous shit for fun, but in a story setting, I think that there needs to be more purpose behind like spilling blood, for example. I think there needs to be a lot more purpose behind stuff like that. There should be, there should be you should have a reason to do it. And like, I just feel like it's frustrating because I don't know. I feel like a lot of like, I don't know. I'm just personally a little miffed that like it's like, and personally for me, a lot of times when there is like too much angst in the story, like specifically angst that isn't like at all relevant to the plot. Like if there's like angst about like, if there's angst that's related to the plot and it writes in really good, that's fine. That's one thing. Angst that is not like related to the plot or like related to the characters, it's just like angst for the sake of angst, it really bugs me because it's like I don't see the appeal. I don't see what we're doing here that's so like that feels so groundbreaking. I don't understand it. Like, I don't know. That's just me personally, but I don't understand like why, like I just don't personally understand why it's such like a big thing for I just don't understand why it's like such a big thing to like make your characters like I understand, it can be cathartic. It can be, like really fun to have your characters go through insane shit and like go through like really traumatizing stuff. But I think in the setting of telling a story, I think that there should be a reason for their suffering. Like there should be rhyme. There shouldn't just be no rhyme or reason. There should be like a reason that they're suffering. There's a reason behind it. It ties into the overarching themes of the story, and it's important. And I don't know. I feel like that's just me personally. I just find it more interesting when series are willing to incorporate the angst into like, oh yeah, this is like really important. Like this is important to the character, and like, maybe this, I don't know, like the character is being tortured for a reason. The character is going through things for a reason, and it's not just like some fucked up like, oh, watch the Blorbo suffer. It's like, no, there's a reason behind it. I don't know. I personally find angst filled stories that are really like really I am one viewer. Yes. Oh yeah, because it says concurrent viewers 0 on my thing, which is weird. Yeah, you are one viewer. What the hell? That's really funny. What the hell? That's funny. But yeah, I don't know. I just like there should be rhyme and reason to, making characters suffer, making things shitty in a story. In my opinion, at least, there should be like some kind of reason why your character is suffering, why your character is having like, why your character is having issues, why your character is suffering, and, like, I don't know. I don't know, man. Call me crazy, but it says I have something new for, Delights of Bronos, I understand. Okay, yeah. I'm like, it says I have something new, but I do. Okay. Okay, so, like, I don't know, man. I'm still watching at the age of 12. No, that's fair. Like, please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Currently, keyframes are not sent often enough, which can cause... I'll do that in a minute. Hang on. Gotta fix this. Okay, hang on. But, like, I don't know. I think that there should be reason for every, like, like, There should be a reason for every, like, like terrifying or like sad thing that happens. Like that should be a I don't know, man. It's like it's important. It's important to me that people understand that it's really important to have, like, like, I don't know. I'm chatting on my 2018 iPad. Nice. I don't know. I just, I'm gonna talk a bit more about Unseen, maybe, while I finish this up, because I've only got so this is 1, 2, 3. I've only got 3 more frames left for this, and then I'm probably going to end stream. I might not, but I might. I don't know. I might, but I might not. I'll see. Okay. So, hang on. Does that go up? No, it just goes like... Yeah, that works then. That works for me. Let's see. You know what? I will be right back. I'm going to stop streaming on TikTok because I feel like my whole internet is going to crash in a minute here. Give me 1 second. Why is my internet having a minute? Give me a moment. Oh my goodness. But thank you to everybody on TikTok for watching. I'm just going to close my TikTok stream because I think it's having issues. So I will